I am crying.
Why?
I beat him at golf today
Oh.
on a 45-foot putt.
Wow.
Downhill with a break.
I mean, it was far, but 45 feet is
I would say
I'm going to say 20, 25.
Yeah.
20 feet.
What do you
I don't
think?
know. I'm not good at judging stuff, but
It was. I mean,
it was a good putt.
The fact of the matter is,
It's a great putt.
I lost because I missed an easy 5-foot putt.
So it's still
And Mark made a 100-foot putt.
It was 200. It was 200 if it was an inch.
I would have still won.
No, if I would have. Oh yeah, because you would have pressed. No, I think you would have. The best you could have done was tie then.
No, you were pressing me.
No, but on the previous hole, you were pressing me. If I won
Well,
hole, you would have lost.
Who was zooming who?
Yeah,
That's all I want to know.
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
See, I felt good about myself until now.
That's the idea behind this.
Yes,
that's,
you
that's,
are.
Just to
That's
tear, you,
literally
tear you down
Yeah.
Master.
emotionally
Well,
and
that's
psychologically.
That's why we do the show.
And minimize all successes you may have now
Ooh,
and
nice
going
old
forward.
style.
Yep.
Nice old style opening. Yeah, that's it. That's the key why we do this, right? To make me feel better, to make you feel worse. That's yeah. All right, so I have an actual real question before we get started here. Are you ready? When someone's working in your house, like I had the AT&T guy, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to hang out and watch them? Are you supposed to leave them alone? Am I supposed to trust that they're there? What am I supposed to do?
What's
the etiquette?
You know, I haven't done that in a while, but I would say you want to kind of let them know that you're kind of there without being there, just in case they decide to snoop around. I'm not saying they're going to do that.
Underwear, unless they go full underwear drawer. I'd be like,
Full underwear drawer.
excuse me.
That's my underwear drawer.
That's not my TV, and those are my drawers.
I agree, Ted, though. Like, a lot of times I'll just go somewhere nearby and I'll watch them for a little bit, and I'll be like, so you good? You need me for anything?
No,
and then
stay the hell out of my underwear drawer.
Right.
You pop in intermittently. When they say, "Hey, you need anything? Can I get you?" You know, you be overly friendly, and then it plants in their mind that you're there. They just don't know exactly where you are, but they don't have time to do anything
right.
silly. You know, if they kind of wander off the reservation. Hey, just one more thing.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
I'm here. I'm lurking.
Yeah, I
Lurking,
just went through this a month ago because the guy was at my house for 18.
Yeah.
So I just said, stay out of the money drawer.
That's right over
And
here.
the
in
jewelry
third
drawer.
No, that's Fannie Willis.
I forgot to shut the
She
safe,
has the
but-
money drawer. That was her testimony in that Trump trial. She keeps large amounts of cash. Her daddy told her to keep large amounts, at least 6 months worth of cash at home in case
What is 6 months worth of cash?
A man plays you dirty.
No, she didn't
daddy,
say
she
that.
said that.
If
She
a
said
man
that on
plays
stage.
you
Yeah.
dirty.
No, she said that if you go on a date, always have at least $200 on you, so in case the date goes bad, you're not.
Can hire somebody to kill him?
No, I mean you can take a
$200. Where is she going?
Exactly.
God,
That's such an odd amount, So
You know what? For somebody,
obviously she's lying.
no, for somebody who knew that they were
Obviously.
going to be in the public eye and that they were going to be scrutinized to the utmost, she has literally done everything she needs to do to be put in a bad light.
Here's the best thing. She was wearing her dress backwards. That's what they said. She was wearing her dress
What?
backwards when she testified.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
It's the
The
woman who's
prosecutor for the
prosecuting
Georgia-
the Trump election interference case against
Yeah.
Trump and his
Yeah.
So supposedly she was having an affair with the guy she hired who has no experience prosecuting these type of cases and paid him literally like 10 times more than the other two prosecutors, and it turned out that she's having an affair with the guy, and she said, "Oh, the affair didn't start until after I hired him," but then like her former friend said, "No, they started way before that."
Yeah, so she's banging this dude.
Yeah.
Right? She's banging a dude.
Yeah.
And then she needs somebody for this high profile thing, so she takes the dude she's banging
Yeah.
and makes him like second chair.
No, makes him the lead prosecutor.
lead prosecutor.
And pays
okay.
him like $650 grand.
Pays him a shitload of money.
Yeah.
And she's banging him the whole time.
Yeah.
So, but this has nothing to do with the facts of the case, right?
No.
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 All right. All right.
No, but I mean,
But they want that all dismissed
it's a bad
because of
look.
that.
Well, look,
Yeah.
if you're going to be in,
That's what they're
if you're
looking
going to
for.
be in the
Don't
public
worry about
eye-
what we did. Worry about what they did.
Well,
that has
that's
nothing
the
to do
problem.
with
Well,
but that's the problem with the way the system works.
If you're accusing somebody of something and you're doing the exact same thing, then you really can't be.
No, they
She's
weren't
not doing
avert-
the exact
they-
same
No,
thing.
it's not
I
even
mean,
close.
She's doing a
It's
different
not
thing.
even
That's
close.
not
But
even
but in
close.
terms
Right.
of just like lying, like here's a sworn affidavit, we did this, but they really didn't, and
Yeah.
and they go on a trip to like Belize, Chile, where it's like a $7,000 trip, and supposedly she paid this guy conveniently $3,500 cash in advance before the trip.
I get it.
And,
I get it. We all-
of course, there's
yeah.
no receipts. Oh, wait, but you have Cash App and Zelle, but you didn't. But you always use them except for this. And there's it's untraceable cash.
I can't wait to bring up the location of Belize, Chile to our guests coming on.
What about Sand Island?
Dude, he knows everything.
Belize, Chile.
Where's Timbuktu?
There's two different countries.
Ask our guest
Where's
when he comes on.
Where's Kathmandu?
Oh my
Oh
god.
my! We're not doing that. Jesus Christ! Oh my God! And this is it's not sober, Ted. Okay, that's the issue, right? That is always the issue. We're gonna get some definitions for tedding And then,
Oh, yeah.
Mark, I've got something for you for your songs. Don't let me forget. Some people. So last week, I kind of challenged some people to send us some definitions of tedding. Okay, let's see. From Mark in Seattle, Washington, tedding. Telling the same story with varying levels of intensity depending on the scenario.
That's a good one.
You do.
He's a listener.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because your stories, the more you drink, the more intense you get, and then the more Mark tries to interrupt you, you just intensely tell that story.
Or sometimes he's just giggling so hard at himself.
You should see when he tells himself a joke.
Like the one. It was a funny joke with the guy who was just born with a head. I'll tell you that one later.
No, go ahead. Tell the
Okay,
joke.
so
No one's heard
parents
it.
Parents have a kid. Kid has it's just the head though, like it's a son, but the head somehow lives. So the kid turns.
So
that's what's
hold
making
on,
me laugh. They're making me laugh.
Joke
okay?
scenario.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
don't
so long
think
story short, the kid makes it his 21st birthday, but it's just the head. So the father takes the son to the bar, puts the head on the bar, and he goes, "Bartender, 2 shots for each of us, please." Oh, you just hello?
What?
Oh, I thought my.
No, unfortunately, everyone can hear you.
You're still
yeah.
good.
And so 2 shots, and so miraculously, kid takes 2 shots.
How does he drink it?
I guess they pour it in his mouth.
Okay,
So,
all right.
grows a torso. 2 more shots, grows arms. 2 more shots, grows legs. Kid gets so excited, he gets up, runs out of the bar, gets run over by a truck right away. Bartender says he should have quit while he was ahead. That's kind of funny, right?
Oh, that's actually really good.
I never get tired of that one, by the way.
That's a
Well,
funny
yeah,
one.
I mean, he wouldn't. You know what?
He should have quit while he was ahead.
Man.
So it all makes sense because the kid would have never had to worry about traffic because he would have never had to deal with it himself, right? So he wouldn't know.
Oh, you're trying to
He's a
rationalize.
disembodied head. He just can't move.
I
Assistance.
completely understand. All right, let's get back to tedding here. This one is from Sandra in Helsingborg, Sweden. Tedding, driving someone, most notably Mark, crazy by constantly interrupting them.
You know, I don't use the word interruption.
Sandra, I love you.
I don't-
Whoever you are,
Listen,
I love you.
Sandra, let's replace the word interruption with intervention, okay? And then it makes more sense. All right? Thank
No,
you.
let's place it with interrogative because you're still doing it. We can replace interruption with any word you want. It's still doing it. And then my personal favorite from Amar in Thrissur, India. Tedding, the art of saying extremely common words incorrectly, driving listeners mad.
And yet they can't look away.
This is a guy that English is his second language, Ted.
No, you know what? I
Those
think
are all good.
Yeah, I think we're one of the few countries where you only learn one language. I think almost everywhere learns English and whatever their native language is. And I've run into a lot of people, like the girl from Spain that I worked with at the golf course. 3 languages, all learned when she was a kid.
Yeah.
It's just what they do. Yeah.
My niece who just went back to Puerto Rico, she's obviously very fluent in Spanish and in English, and she's only 7. So yeah, she's already got ahead of the curve, you know. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty amazing. It's kind of weird like that.
well, I mean, we got Google Translate, so I mean, that's the best.
I can tell you it works. I had my last year teaching in Chicago. I had 2 kids that didn't speak any English, and I could, by the end of the year, everything I said we could do in Google Translate, and then everything they said they could do back.
Yeah, that's
And
amazing.
the kids, I just gave them the iPad, and they were able to communicate with these 2 kids almost flawlessly, and it
Wow.
helped them. By the time they were done, it was a kid from Russia and a kid from, I want to say, Pakistan or India. And they were actually speaking pretty well after having spoken no English whatsoever when they
awesome.
started 4th grade. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, and I picked up a lot of phrases. There was a lot of things he was muttering. That little, yeah, they were not nice, man.
All the dirty words.
Yeah, that's why I always joke that I'm not fluent in Spanish, but I could tell when they were. I was like, yeah, I know what that means. They're like, no, you don't. And I would walk up to a little kid, and I would whisper in his ear what he just called me, and he's like, oh shit.
No, I know a guy one time. I guess he. I can't remember the scenario, but he was a white guy. But you know, he spoke fluent Spanish, but you would never tell because he had like 0 accent. But I guess like he was in an all Spanish situation, you know, with all Spanish speaking people, and they actually were saying something about him, and then he just kind of fluently, you know, just joined the conversation and kind of put him in their place. So that was kind of cool. So in a nice way, of course, just like basically saying, "I know what you're saying," you know, and he's telling him in Spanish, of course, you know. So
Wouldn't that be the coolest way to do it? You just listen to somebody just shitbagging you for like 10 minutes, and then you say hello, goodbye, and have a nice day in their language.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, they sphincter up a little bit. I like the concept of that. Man, you know what? Do you guys use pee for anything besides going to the bathroom when you pee? Do you keep your pee?
Well, I know Moises Alou used to rub it on his hands to,
Right.
for his hands for the baseball bat.
That's what he said. He
Yeah.
toughened his hands up. His
I do it
father.
for golf. I did it for golf
Did you
today.
pee on your hands? Is that
Yeah.
why you were hitting the ball so well?
Yep.
That's why you beat Matt.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
You know
Somebody
what?
beat
That's
Matt.
not. I don't think
Well,
that's
according
as
to
funny as
Matt,
you
Matt
think.
beat himself.
Yeah, Matt beat himself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on. I'm me. I mean, let's be 100% honest.
And you're still you. So what's your point?
Yeah. All right. So I found this online, and they're using urine. Okay. So it's actually, this is funny, piss and vinegar to recycle cobalt out of used batteries.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, if it's a chemical that is more conducive to doing that, then hey, why not?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
urine is it? Just where's the urine coming from?
You know what? They didn't specify, that was the thing I got. So I guess when you recycle cobalt out of batteries, it's really expensive, and there's a lot of nasty chemicals to get it out. And the other option is mining it. So it's actually all more beneficial to take it from used batteries, right? So that they were talking about that they use actually literally piss and vinegar
Well,
to
that
kind of get it
seems like
out.
a good
It's
idea.
acetic acid, I think, which is vinegar and piss.
Yeah.
Right, to
Could
do
be
this.
from anywhere. Yeah.
And I saw this. Yeah, I know it's funny, right? And I saw this because that plant in France started on fire, that lithium battery plant. That's where they were doing it. And my first thought was right away, immediately, where are they getting the piss from?
Probably local livestock.
Well,
So
Maybe it's just
exactly
human.
how?
Well, I mean, no. When they have a.
But how are you collecting
Well, they have a
piss?
deal with the farm, so maybe they have like a special urinary station where the animals use the bathroom, and in exchange for a stipend, they take the urine and use it for those recyclables.
Okay, you realize animals just pee wherever, whenever they want.
Right. No, but you put something in there where they were going to pee anyway, and instead of like going into the ground or whatever, it actually goes to.
So it doesn't
the
matter
source.
whose urine. They could use an animal.
I didn't
or,
see
or
that.
a
I didn't
human?
see that part.
I mean, human urine would be so easy to get. You just
what? You just
you
what?
ask people and you collect it from them. The person would pee into a whatever, and
So what, they go to the factory every day, take a piss.
Is it like donating blood?
maybe they bring it once a week. I don't know.
Donating blood.
Didn't you investigate this further? You just
I tried.
saw the headline and
I
like,
tried.
okay.
No, I tried and looked it up and see how they got the piss, and I couldn't.
that why these
I couldn't
batteries are
figure
so-
out where it came from. I mean, that's a lot of pee, man.
Ted, is that why these batteries are so powerful? They're full of piss and vinegar.
Maybe everybody who works in the plant just deposits their
I
pee
would
into a.
I would assume like
Vat.
when a horse
Oh, okay.
pees versus a person, the pee's got to be like what 10 times more like
10 times more what?
urine.
Yeah, but you can't get a horse to piss. Ted, you can lead a horse to a toilet, but you can't make it piss, okay?
Or drink the urine.
I mean, it seems like a really good idea, though. A simple, natural way to get
Yeah.
cobalt out of.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Batteries.
So actually, here's the funny thing. People have been using pee for lots of things, okay?
Okay.
And right now on the internet, they talk about washing your face and doing full body immersion in urine. Okay, so it's a plate. You can do this at places, and so they had some scientists come on and be like, "Absolutely, don't do this. It's a terrible idea. It doesn't help."
yeah,
Yeah.
sounds like a golden shower movie.
Yeah, it does, right? Right? Like I could just see like someone who wants someone to be bathed in piss, tricked
Says
someone.
this is a good idea.
Yeah.
All right.
What are you doing right now? Oh, I'm just watching them get into the piss voluntarily. They're doing it. They're paying me. They're paying me.
Your skin's going to be so
Yeah.
soft.
But so this is kind of funny. In the 1600s, and this is a real thing, to get really soft skin, they had people, and this is kind of cool, wash their face with these three things combined: vinegar, milk. You ready? And the urine of a boy.
Oh.
What was the age range? What was the age
That's the part.
range?
Yeah.
Got me again. We're talking about 8-year-olds, Donnie?
Yeah, I think we are. Yeah. Not girl piss. Boy
Just a
piss.
boy.
Yeah, I'm sure this started somewhere in a monastery.
I was just
Yeah.
going to say that. They're like, wait a minute. There's one ingredient missing.
Yeah.
Like
Father Dave, isn't the vinegar and milk good enough? Nope. No, it's not. No, it's
so
not.
that's what the Catholic Church
You know,
has been
wee
hiding.
little boy piss.
little altar boy piss.
Yeah,
to be
it's
specific.
Right.
they're actually trying to come up with a car. Oh, that runs on pee. Runs on urine. Yeah, they're actually working on that. And I did not know this, but urine is really good for plants.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought coffee grounds.
Okay.
Wasn't coffee grounds good for like soil or something?
Yeah, but you can't
I'm not
watch
sure.
somebody. You can't watch somebody
I suppose.
fertilize your plants.
Yeah, I suppose.
With coffee grounds.
We had that happen in my house when we were kids. We had a babysitter. My brother fell asleep, and I was sitting in the living room watching TV with the babysitter. And my brother comes out of the bedroom, walks across the living room, and starts pissing in a plant.
So he was actually doing
And
it.
she-
He was doing a good
And she
deed.
freaks out, so she runs over and she's like, grabs him by the hips and like pushes him into the bathroom, and then so he could finish.
Should
in
have
the
just let
toilet.
him finish
Yeah,
in
I
the
know.
plant. Obviously,
he pissed,
in
he
hindsight.
pissed from the plant all the way to the bathroom.
So he was ahead of the curve without without knowing it.
Well, now that I think of it, though, like female dog pee ruins the grass. Maybe that's
Yeah.
why they want boy pee.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. Yeah.
Sounds
that's-
like there's a different enzyme.
Listen to me. Just
other
because we
pee.
have a cousin that's a priest doesn't mean we can defend. No. Yeah. All right, so let's get this thing rolling. Hey, everybody. My name is Matt, and this is the Real Three Idiots podcast. With me, as always, is a man that I don't know if he can swim or not, Ted.
I can swim. Actually,
Really?
thank you. Yeah, you didn't know that?
Thank
I
you.
literally said
Okay.
I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
I mean, I'm not across the English Channel, but I mean, if you threw me in the water and reasonably, I could survive for a little while. Yeah.
That's all I wanted to hear you say. Mark, you know what we're doing after the show.
Yes.
Yep, we're throwing him right into that nasty river right over by Howard Street and see if he can get going. That's going to be perfect. And someone who watches way too many old TV shows, Mark.
old.
Yeah. I mean, you
Oldie.
watch
I do.
reruns from like the 50s and the 60s.
Bonanza?
Not the 50s.
Andy Griffith was a 50s, wasn't it?
No, 60s.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. And the person who stole my large bedroom and forced me to stay in her very tiny bedroom when I'm clearly larger than she is, my sister Jackie.
I also know how to swim.
Yes, and she's excellent swimmer. She's an excellent swimmer. Yeah, excellent.
And you
excellent
can swim, I assume, right?
Yes.
Also, the bedroom that I grew up in, it was 8 by 10 without a closet. And then finally they redid it and took some of his room away and made, it was like this, it's literally the size of a closet.
Yeah.
So he went away to school and then I got the big room and then
Wait, and here's the weird part. And they made a closet, and I'm just like, why'd you make a closet? And they're like, we made it for you. I'm like, what? Yeah, just go in there and then just come out. I'm like, what? Like, what is going on
Wait,
here?
so you left the house, that's why you lost your room.
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, yeah, so you're not going to get that back, obviously, when you come back. You
Well,
can't-
I mean, it was just a 7-year college trip.
It is
That's
funny
all.
because he's like, almost a foot taller than me. So in that
first
little
come,
tiny room.
first come, first serve, babe.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun when you come back and your sister's got your
Yeah,
room.
possession's 9/10 of the law. She's here, you're not. So
I finally had all the space.
yeah,
it was
there
beautiful.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Are we ready for Teddy's tip?
Yeah, you were going to say something about my song, though. You said, remind me.
Oh, somebody asked if you would sing all of your songs and put them out so that on the thing so that people could hear them.
No.
That'd be a great idea. I think you can monetize that.
I think they
People
should
would
listen to every episode over.
I mean, I'm sure if they know that you do that, they would probably do that. But maybe like a Spotify
Yeah,
list
it's
of
like Mark's greatest hits. Yeah.
Can we put our own stuff on Spotify like that? Can we just
I tried. Remember, I tried putting our playlist up there of all the
right?
songs
But
I
can you
parodied.
sing? Can I?
Yeah, you
can
could.
you sing and you
Yes.
put it up there? Oh,
Yes.
how can you not do that?
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Because I'm not good, and I don't. This not my. This isn't my comfort zone.
No, but could you imagine
are
driving
good.
down the road? You stop at a red light, and in the car next to you, somebody's jamming
To a parody,
you.
one of my parody
Yeah,
songs,
somebody's
Yeah.
jamming, and they're
Like,
singing along to it.
acapella, like my
Yeah.
acapella. Yeah, they're
Tip
jamming
it,
along to me.
Ted. He's giving. Wait, no. That would be, dude. How awesome would that be?
No, not for me.
Okay. All right. I got a sponsor here. Ted's Tip is brought to you by the Perfect Meat Company. If you're hungry and want some meat, we have meat. Just tell us how much, and we can send you meat. From 1 pound to 1,000 pounds. We can make sure that you have the meat you need. Backyard barbecues, huge parties, or starting a new restaurant, the Perfect Meat Company will get you fresh meat fast. The Perfect Meat Company. If you don't ask, we won't tell. I don't know, man.
That says a lot.
Hey, it's meat, right? All right, Marquise, do your thing.
Speaking of meat,
Are you doing meatloaf?
no,
Oh, damn it.
that was the first song I parodied. I think
Oh, yeah.
"Paradise by the Dashboard
Oh,
Lights."
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Ted, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Tipping Ted, look at my life. 54 and there's not much more. You tip alone in this podcast show that makes me think of you. Tips lost, such a cost. You give advice that won't get lost. You tip but won't get tossed. Ramblings on from you, Ted.
Wow.
That's it.
I just got a Shotzi's vibe on that one. I felt like I needed to
Well, Shotzi's. I don't
get
want to.
drunk there.
No way. Shotzi's is the saddest bar on the planet.
I think it's
Did
the
you
hot-
see
I
that
think it's the-
bartender react to us last night?
What?
You were at Shotzi's?
No, we were at the bowling alley bar, and somebody was leaving, and Matt said something about what the person was wearing, and I said, I don't know, where do you think they're going? And then I said, probably Shotzi's. And the bartender at the bowling alley whipped around and goes, oh, God, no. Don't go there.
Yeah, it was really weird.
The place has been there forever, though, and actually, to be honest with you, it's not like the layout's actually it's pretty clean. It's not that bad. It's just
No, it's super clean.
yeah,
It's a
not
nice
bad.
layout.
And
It's
if-
the saddest place on
And
the
if you
planet.
need
Why?
if you need some spa treatment or some sauna, it's like hotter than heck there. So I mean, you can literally go there. And like,
So everybody there is by themselves, and it's just a bunch of people sitting in.
Oh.
So there's places you can sit. You can sit at the bar by yourself, stare at your phone, and drink shots and beers. That's what everybody's drinking. Or you can go over by the gambling machines and throw your money in all the gambling machines
By yourself.
by yourself.
Yeah.
Except for the one time we went. God, we go there too much. And like a family of like 6 came in. They all got big drinks and all sat at the gambling machines. Yeah. Just threw their money away. Just gone. It was just long gone.
Yeah.
maybe they went
Sad.
big.
All right.
Well, and you don't have to pay for your tab either.
No, that was the kid didn't have enough money.
Yeah, there was this kid was hanging out there, clearly friends with the bartender and or owner. Then when it was time to pay his tab, he didn't have any money. And it was like $45.
Yep.
He had
So-
zero money?
Zero money. He's like, I can't, because his card wasn't going through. So he left her.
Okay.
So the debit card. He's like, I have no money in the card. I have it at home. I'll go home and get the money. So then she's like, no, forget it. I'll cover you this time. So then he was commandeering the pool table, and he had a cue stick in his hand. So Matt's like, you want to play pool? I'm like, yeah. So Matt gets up and goes, all right, we'll play pool. And the kid whips around and goes, you're going to play pool? And Matt goes, yeah, we're playing pool. You have no more money.
Well, you know,
got
like
no
if
money.
you have the pool table, you got to play the guy who's got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
He didn't have-
you didn't have money to pay his bar bill.
Yeah, no.
And the bartender says, "I'll lend you the money." Like you're buying him. All you do is buy him beer.
Yeah.
It was the.
And just write it off.
Dude, it's the funniest thing.
All right, Teddy, we got to get to this tip, man.
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes,
All right, Ted, Reginald here from Derby in the UK. I'm 38 with a girlfriend, and I'm a painter, buildings and such. My best mate, Carl, has a body odor problem, and I don't know how to talk to him about it. He's not a dirty fellow, but his smell is getting worse. We work together and play on the same soccer club. I have to say something because other people are noticing. How can I mention this without him getting upset? He needs to do something. It's becoming an issue. Are you ready? He finishes up with, let me know if you need a fourth idiot here in the UK. There's so much going on over here that you don't know. Cheers, Reg.
Might have to sign them up. Cheers, cheers. Thanks for reaching out. Appreciate that. So Reginald, you're well adjusted. You're a painter. You have a girlfriend. You live in the UK. And Carl stinks, is what I hear. And so basically, if we combine Linus and Pepe Le Pew, we'd get Carl, perhaps. Just in a nice way, of course. So anyway, I'm going to help you out here. I thought about this for about 30 seconds before I came here, so I think this is a well-informed answer you're going to get. Okay, so maybe the guy's just got a medical condition. Maybe he has the pituitary, the stink glands, right?
Ass glands?
Yeah,
So you
he's got
think
stink
you think Carl has ass
Maybe
glands like my dog?
He's got a chemical issue. I knew a kid.
Okay, but how does he address it, Ted?
I'm going to let you know. So I'm not an expert on this, obviously. So obviously, before you seek medical attention, I would maybe Google homeopathic remedies for people with pervasive or overpowering body odor.
And then what? Leave the paper in front of him? How is he going to tell him?
Yeah, he's gonna. I'm getting to that. Didn't you just give a speech about interrupting people?
Zing.
I'm just kidding. You can interrupt me. It's your show. You can interrupt me anytime you want. Anyway, listen. Before you go to that low-key intervention, maybe ask him about his diet. Maybe he's using the wrong laundry detergent. Maybe he's alert. Maybe his body's having a chemical reaction to some food he likes. So, like, maybe if he eats, like, say, onions or sauerkraut, that triggers whatever in his body. So maybe it could be something as simple as that. Obviously, if none of that works, I would maybe have a low-key intervention with him and say, hey, Carl, we love you, buddy, but, man, your odor is pugnacious. I don't know what the word is.
But you're laughing and
It's
being
not- no, it's
mean.
not-
How-
no, it's
you
not
got to
funny.
say it
No,
nicely.
yeah, well,
Carl could get upset.
I'm just spitballing. Obviously, I'm not going to be the one having the conversation with Carl. Reginald is.
Yes.
Or Reggie is. So I'm just throwing some ideas out there. Like I said, maybe a diet change. Yeah, like I said, or maybe he just needs to see a doctor, Obviously, he's unaware of it, right? So Carl's not aware of his own personal stink bubble that surrounds him like Linus, like the dirt cloud and Charlie Brown. He walks and he's blissfully unaware of it. So obviously, it's not bothering him. So either maybe his smell isn't too good. But like I said, maybe those.
Oh, maybe his sense of smell is off.
I wonder. I'm curious as to what it smells like, because there's different types of odor.
Well, let's just assume it's body odor. So I mean,
just pure BO.
So I went to school with a kid like years ago in grade school, and the only reason I remember this is because it just smelled like, I don't know, beef and cheese, whatever. It was like in the movie Elf.
Fake Santa.
Yeah, fake Santa. Yeah, it was like an overpowering. It wasn't even like a body odor like BO, like if you sweat too much. It was like something else, but it was definitely emanating from his person and him alone. So obviously,
how did you talk to him or just make fun of him because you were a kid?
No,
Say
it. I didn't make fun. I mean, I just remember to this day, like, wow, it was like, it's jarring. Like you get near him, it's just like you actually take a step back, and I'm not saying it's the kid's fault or anything, and he's just a kid, so obviously it's something he must have been born with, unless his parents are putting him in clothes that haven't been washed in weeks. So yeah, so maybe. Just do some snooping. Go to Carl's house. See if he uses.
Now you're talking.
Uses
there
lunch.
you go.
See if he see what he uses. Because some people don't bathe. Like go into his bathroom. Does the shower look like it's been used? Open the medicine cabinet. Does he have any toiletries there? Does he brush his teeth? Does he have soap? Does he have body lotion? Does he have anything?
Okay. What if you have a woman you set it up so that a woman kind of like goes to hit on him a little bit, and then once they get kind of close to each other, she can say, you really smell bad. And that way it's not him doing it, setting up somebody else
you could hire somebody under the
guise.
Hire a
prostitute to spend some time with him.
Not even a prostitute, but just hire like
whore.
Hire
a whore to spend some time with
I
him.
was thinking just an actress, but...
Yeah. Let's assume a whore's not going to sleep with him. because he
no,
smells
she's
her.
not there to sleep with him. She's just there to say that
tell
your
him.
smells bad.
She's there to get information.
You have to pay extra for that.
Did you realize that you smell really, really bad?
Carl, I really want this relationship to go to the next level.
Nice.
But you stink really bad.
Okay, so no.
Unfortunately...
And then she could be blunt.
That's a DQ.
Okay, so we got... so that's the answer.
Hire a whore.
Yes, hire a whore to tell him eventually, over the period of a couple of weeks, to eventually let him know he stinks.
Yeah.
I like it, Ted.
That could possibly be the most insane thing you've ever said. Yeah. That could be.
I like the snooping in his
I like the
place.
snooping part.
Yeah, because if he's friends with him, obviously it's a flat, right? It's not a house out there. They're flats out in the UK, right? So go to Carl's flat after you guys had a couple of beers at the pub, and just go into hey, I gotta use the loo, right? The loo, which is the term for the toilet out in the UK. Go to his bathroom. Does he have a bar of soap in his shower? Does it look like it's been used? Is there no soap in there? Is there no toothbrushes or toothpaste?
Wait, you know what? We should ask our guest. Because I know nothing about the UK. Alastair, do you guys have soap and deodorant where you are from, sir?
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, the rumors are not accurate. Yeah, we have soap, and
I knew it.
We got lots of soap.
Okay, are there whores there? Do you have that also?
Have I got what?
Hookers. Do you guys have hookers?
Oh.
And
Ladies of the night.
streetwalkers.
I thought that was a type of deodorant. Some sort of like whore brand.
You know what? Yeah, it would be. You
By
would smell
Fabergé.
that. Yeah.
Do you know Reginald and Carl? Okay, then all right, we'll get back to that later.
All right, so let me introduce our guest real fast before he can't deal with this anymore. Our guest for this week literally knows more about the planet than the four of us combined. Welcome to the show, author Alastair Bonnet.
Hi.
Welcome.
Good to be here. It's an honor.
Oh, man, no, your book was absolutely fantastic.
It really was.
Oh, man, that thing. I'm sorry. Unruly Places is the title, is the one I'm talking about. Because how many books have you written? 10?
Oh, loads.
Is that? I wish I was successful at something where if somebody asked me to count, I would just be like, too many to count.
Yes, too many. It is.
It's way too many. Okay. Alastair, thanks so much for being on the show. And to help our listeners, give us an idea. How many countries have you visited?
Oh, well, quite a few as well. But it's not that difficult in Europe. They're so tiny. You can go 100 miles and you can get a dozen in, you know.
Yeah, there are
Yeah, that is. You
That's
know
what's
what?
so hard
close.
about being in North America. You have to go so far to get to another country.
I don't know. You know what? When you go to another state here, it's like being in another country sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really messed up. All right, so let me ask you this: how many countries have you been to that you would never go back to?
Yes, well, quite. No, no, none. No, I like them. I like different places. Yeah, yeah. Mostly, although it was a bit hard in Tonga recently, where there was just no fresh food, and everyone was just eating, tins of stuff. It was getting pretty grim. I couldn't and it was they couldn't go out at night, and all you had to do was sit in the dark eating tinned food. I mean, I don't want to be rude about Tonga because it's got some great things to it, but I'm not going to be rushing back.
All right, so I know not far from us a Tonganese restaurant opened up. So she's saying don't go, do not do not head over there. It'd be bad news.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm sure it's delicious, but
Well, here's my question. Here's my question. Where haven't you been that you still want to go to, or have you been everywhere?
That's a good question.
Probably easier. Where haven't you been in the world?
Oh, where haven't I been in the world?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of places. I've not. I've never been to Norway.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
definitely on my list, my bucket list. Go to Norway and die. I say.
Without assistance.
Those are the last two things. All right, so your book, Unruly Places, it's about different and kind of weird and unique places. And one of the things you talk about there, you talk about at the beginning, is psychogeography. And see if I got this right. It's the connection between the people and the land. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's sort of that, but it's also about getting lost. When I've done psychogeography, I sometimes take a map of one place and use it to get around another, just so I can get like so disorientated that I start to see it in a new way. Yeah, I've got this map of the Berlin metro that I use to get around Newcastle sometimes. And that really does take you to some interesting locales, such as an old age people's home, which was Friedrich's Plaza. Anyway, that's one way of looking at psychogeography, how to get lost quick.
Oh man, I you know what I feel before GPS. I practice psychogeography all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just
Everyone used to get lost all the time,
Yeah,
didn't they?
yeah.
I mean,
And now everyone panics as soon as they're lost. It's a big crisis.
well, that's kind of how you find. That's how you find new places and new people and new things, right?
Yeah, I mean, there is an art to getting lost, which we've kind of lost because of smartphones and this sort of anxiety sense of you've got to know where you are all the time. And there's so many maps around that, and people are plugged in and they're mapping themselves and they're mapping everything. And even when your phone is lost, you have a kind of cardiac arrest. So we're kind of like gone a bit anal retentive on where things are.
Yeah, Mark actually he came down for the show today, and the first thing he did before he said hello or anything, he's like, "I don't have my phone. I don't know where it
Yeah,
is."
I left my phone at home.
Yeah.
Well, it's either at home or in the garbage.
And
You
I,
said.
I did say this, yeah, because the last thing I did when I left the house was throw the garbage out. So I hope it didn't go in with the trash. But it's sad that I have that feeling like, oh shit, I left my phone. I thought about turning around and going back and get it, even though I know I don't need it. I don't need it. I could be without my phone for 2 to 3 hours. Absolutely. My
Right.
children are older. My wife knows where I'm at, right? There's no issues.
Does
But
she?
you still have that feeling. And that's the same way when you get lost, right? Like no one's getting lost anymore. But when you do, holy shit. You get that really sense of, it's a bad feeling.
Yeah, it's dread.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't ever feel that. Because I'm usually lost. Yeah, I mean, kind of like mentally.
life?
Yeah, kind of mentally, I am. All right, so one of the things in your book that I thought was really cool is that you talked about places that are on maps that don't actually exist. And that blew my mind when you're talking about, I think the first one was Sand Island that isn't really a place. So how does something like that happen? How does something get on a map that people talk about and it never actually existed? How does that even start?
Yeah, I don't know. How does that happen? Yeah, it happens quite a lot. Actually, maps used to have loads of things on which were just put there, like they were called like trap streets sometimes, just to sort of like trick people who would copy the map, and they'd keep the copyright. They'd prove their copyright by showing, oh, you copied a place that doesn't even exist. So there's actually, little towns and sometimes streets called trap streets on maps, just put there as just to catch out people who might copy the map. But the famous one is Sandy Island, which was like 700 miles off Queensland, and was like been on the map for ages, since 19th century when it was discovered. And there were loads of islands put on maps back in the day. Someone would see something sandy sticking up on a boat, and they'd put it on a map. And before you know it, Sandy Island was in the Times Atlas of the World, and it was on Google, because Google used to not just use satellite; it used to use all sorts of archive sources. It used to stitch together stuff, so it wasn't just like the God's eye view that we think it is. Anyway, the fun part is that some scientists went to Sandy Island because it's like a big place. It was on the map. I mean, why not? It was on Google Maps. They went to it, I think, 2012, and they found it was non-existent. They discovered it's
Which is part of the ocean.
non-existent. And of course, people are using Google really had a good time with this, because it used to, if you remember, Google used to be able to upload your own photographs. So
Right.
all the Google users would stick in photographs of dinosaurs and Chinese palaces and things all over
Yeah.
Sandy Island, just to kind of take the piss out of Google and to get a bit of revenge. And but you can't upload photographs. They've stopped you doing that on Google, I think, because people do this kind of thing so often to try and get back at the big beast, which is Google. Anyway, you can't see it now. This island, they cut and pasted some sea, stuck it over there. It's
Oh,
gone.
that's a bummer. You know what? I feel like if you started something like that, you could sell vacations there. You could sell all sorts of stuff.
Called a timeshare.
Yeah, you could just you could just make it great. Throw in some fake stuff and do all that kind of. Oh, that'd be really cool. Now, you also mentioned in your book about secret and covert places that are right out in the open, places that are kind of hiding in plain sight. When we're walking through a big city, Chicago, Istanbul. I'm just throwing out big cities that I can't even think of it. Somewhere in France, in Paris. Is there more to it? When we pass up nondescript houses, are we passing up things that we have no idea what's going on inside there?
Yeah. Paris, that's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, are these secret places? I mean, are these places?
Yeah, totally. This is it. Yeah, I know. I started this whole thing about looking for secret and hidden places because to get to work, I used to have to walk past this weird traffic island, and it was like huge freeways sort of cutting it off. And it always struck me. I thought, what it would be like to get to that place. No one can. I could walk past it every day. Thousands of people do, but it's kind of like totally off limits. And so one of the biggest adventures of this, set of books I've written about weird places around the world is getting to this traffic island and running across the road. And I took some like strawberry plants and herbs. I thought I'd try and make a little Garden of Eden in this barren wilderness, which is seen by so many people every day as they hurtle past, going at 70 miles an hour because it's absolutely ferocious. Yeah, no, it wasn't there very long before the police arrived because you're really visible on a traffic island with highways going past, and you're like really out of place. It's like, what are you doing there? It's you're in the middle of the city. You're not breaking any law, as far as I'm aware, and yet you're just like matter out of place. Anyway, this policeman came and asked me what I was doing, and I said I was an academic, and I said this was a sort of research project, and he didn't actually buy that. But he couldn't actually arrest me for planting strawberries. It's not illegal in Britain yet. It probably will be soon.
Oh man! So I mean, you've been in probably some of the strangest and weirdest places. Are you ever fearful of? I mean, not just getting arrested, but like kind of just walking into the wrong place or coming across people. Have you run across some people that were less than happy to see you there and didn't want you around?
Yeah, well, that does happen, but I'm a coward. I mean, I don't actually go searching for danger. I've never understood that. I mean, if there's anything like a war zone or anything like that, I'm very, very conscious of my own personal safety.
That is,
So I beat a hasty retreat and run away. Yes, there's been a few. There's been a few. Most cities around the world, actually, this is the reason people don't want to get lost because they think they might get hit over the head and sort of dragged into someone's car. People are so fearful of crime, but of course they are, and so am I because I'm not. I'm like you guys, a complete idiot.
Well, you know what they say. It's better to be a live coward than a dead hero. I've heard that before.
I don't know.
That's your thing.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that is that really is your thing.
Okay.
Tedism.
So when people are making, you talk about cities and stuff. People are when they kind of city planners and there's like large architectural concepts and stuff. Does it kind of wreck the concept of just kind of like a naturally? I mean, you guys have cities in the UK that are very old. And kind of all over as we're creating these kind of new cities and knocking things down, does it kind of disrupt the flow and kind of make it a little more, I don't know, generic and not as much fun to go to these dark places? I mean, does it change it for you when you're walking around?
Yeah, well, a lot of cities are just covered with different like plans. They're different, kind of difficult to navigate because they aren't just one single plan. There's a place in the book where I go to this. Actually, it's a town just in Sicily. It's in the shadow of Mount Etna, and it's covered with these huge building projects because they used to give people something to do to stop them joining the mafia. And so they'd
Makes sense.
build an Olympic swimming pool like you can see in this town, Giari. And it just goes on and on. These huge, all ruins, all incomplete. And actually, when I was going around this town, around these ruins, I was thinking, God, this is a bit like so many places I know. Like in my town, Newcastle, there's all these crazy skywalks that were built in the 1960s because the idea was that all the cars would go below and all the people would walk above. But, they were never completed. They're all just ruins. And it's like a lot of modern cities, they're kind of ruinous. They're full of like half completed, half done big projects, which then people run out of money and they move on to something else.
So it's like a ghost town, like a ghost. Like you go to ghost towns? You ever been to some ghost towns?
Yeah. Have you been to places that are empty and
Yeah.
kind of
Like
like
a ghost
that?
town, yeah.
I mean,
It was thriving at one point, and then people abandoned it because of whatever. Let's just say they were mining something in the area, and the silver lode dried up, and they left. But the town's almost intact, as if the people are still there. They just basically left overnight, so to speak.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. God, there's so many ghost towns around. It's incredible. I mean, they are everywhere. I mean, partly because there's so many sort of one industry towns.
Yeah.
They're all over North America, where and everywhere actually. Someone finds something, and it could be something dangerous like asbestos, and then they all get out of there, or it could just be because they've mined it out. There's so many weird places and ghost towns, and sometimes they're not just abandoned; they're just they've lost their meaning, and there's just a few people hanging on in there.
Right.
Which is quite a lot like some of the towns near me, actually. That used to be coal mining towns, and all the coal's gone, but there's still people there,
Yeah.
and it's like, why?
well, that's Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're working.
Detroit.
They're working from home. They're just working-
So
Miners.
there's I don't know if you know this. There's a town in Pennsylvania. God, I can't remember the name of it. And they have they have a coal run in there, and it's been on fire. Basically the town has been on fire for 12 years, and they expect it to last another 200 years. And
The
it's
fire?
just burning. It's like from coal, and it's basically they've abandoned it. I mean, are there a lot of places that we've wrecked that are unlivable? Because I'm thinking that place. I'm thinking like Chernobyl. I mean, are there a lot of those places that we've destroyed and that people just aren't going to be able to go back to for hundreds of years?
Well, yeah, there is places which you don't want to choose to go back because it had one economic use and then it's all used up. And this thing about coal mines, and the difficulty of putting out the fire once it gets going. I mean, there's quite a few examples like that in Asia where the coal mining is still ripping away. And it creates these incredible landscapes where no one wants to live, but some people some people are forced to.
Oh, that seems kind of sad. Like we only have a certain amount of land, and we're kind of
Yeah,
wrecking it. I mean, it seems kind of difficult to do that because and on top of that, and I'm going to throw this out there, you said it in your book that the sea level is rising, and so I had to do a little research, and I found just a bucket load of cities that they said by 2050 will be underwater. Venice, New York, Amsterdam, Tokyo, Bangkok, and London are just some of those. Miami.
Miami is
Yeah,
one.
that
Yeah.
they said by 2050 will be completely underwater. Does that seem kind of feasible? I mean, you're more of a study, you have more geography knowledge than us. Is that something
yeah,
that could actually happen?
yeah. I'm not sure about 2050, but it's kind of unpredictable because once the huge ice sheets start melting, they've got enough water in them to go over the Sydney Opera House. I mean, if they all melted, all that ice, then it would put the Sydney Opera House underwater. So you can see that there is and there's a lot of water trapped waiting to melt. But this whole thing got me into the islands and floating islands and new artificial islands, which is a book I wrote after the Unruly Places one.
You did talk about
And
the floating
yeah, it's
islands a bit
incredible.
in
All
there.
these
Yeah.
islands which are being built around the world, sometimes in the most vulnerable places. And you think, oh, this is nuts. Why are people still building islands when they're going to be underwater soon? But people just love being near the sea.
Yeah, we do. I mean, isn't that kind of the thing? I mean, you look at a lot of the countries. I mean, the most expensive
Coastal,
Uh,
the coastal, the
yeah, the
coastal
most
cities.
expensive land is all that stuff
Yeah,
that's
here-
right
Here in
around.
the United States, New York, coastal, San Diego, San Francisco.
Yeah, and these
Yeah.
are all the cities that
Yeah.
that are in danger of being underwater and
Or,
kind of
or the San Andreas fault line with California. They're talking about if that goes, that could technically break off. I mean, obviously, have to be catastrophic, but it could technically break off California, and then basically the next state next to it would be oceanfront property. So
so Alistair, is Newcastle where you're at? Is that the new beach area? If everything gets flooded, are you safe?
Yeah, weird actually, because the south of Britain is like sinking. Really, every year it sinks a bit, and the north, which is kind of where I am, is tilting up. It's like a seesaw.
Oh.
Oh,
It,
interesting.
it's an interesting process because these north used to be covered in ice, and that's all gone. So anyway, it's rebounding, and so we're going up, and the south, like London and all those bits down there, they're all sinking into the sea. So soon, Newcastle and Edinburgh and Scotland will be the only bits left. And so goodbye, London.
So I have a question, sir. What's like your favorite, like wherever you've been in the world? Like, what's your top 3 towns or cities where you would move to like tomorrow if you were given
Yeah.
your druthers, so to speak?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. No, there's been some great places. Actually, I've always wanted my own country, and rather than having to live in Britain or some place that was designated and founded by somebody else. And when I was growing up, there was this little place off the coast of Essex where I lived called Sealand, and it was like a gun emplacement from the Second World War. And then this guy like climbed aboard it and declared it as his independent kingdom. Him and his wife, who became the Princess of Sealand, and actually, I never got there, but it was like part of my folk heritage growing up, and I've always wanted I always imagined myself having my own little country, not necessarily being the king of it, because I don't want to be king of anything, but just to be able to live without somebody else bossing me around. And yeah, and then Sealand had its own passports and it had its own currency, and it's still, if you look on the Google, you can still see its declaration as the world's smallest country. So it's still kind of going strong. If that's one answer. I mean, I can come up with more serious answers, but that's my main one.
No,
And actually, in my street, we declared independence because Britain, yeah, Britain declared it was going to leave the European Union for reasons which like no one understands, completely baffling. And so in our street, we thought, well, if Britain can leave the European Union, maybe we can leave Britain. And so he declared we had an independence event and party and little passports and the Republic of Stratford Grove, that's the name of the street, is still sort of running quite well, though we don't have our own currency, or it hasn't really taken off. But point is, declaring yourself and your little patch independent and sovereign, it's can be quite a cool thing.
Well, so now Europe is got, like you said, a lot of smaller countries. The bigger countries, when I think about like America, is all kind of divided up, and China and Russia are big countries. As people are moving around and things are doing, are big countries becoming less likely to stay together? I mean, is there kind of a movement where people are going to kind of pull apart? And those big countries, totally. I mean, because you see Russia kind of dividing up. Can you see larger countries kind of dividing up and kind of doing their own thing?
Yeah, totally. I mean, why the Scots have stayed with England so long is totally baffling. And now with the European Union thing, because people in Scotland want to be in Europe, they're not stupid. And so that is creating this massive schism, and Scotland will be independent one day. It's probably certainly in my lifetime. And in Spain, people have got such strong regional identities. That is also, pulling people in different directions. The only thing that's stopping it is in fact the European Union, because it was like holding all these little countries together. Yeah, so Russia, obviously, and Africa has so many potential, statelets and emergent countries within it. There could be hundreds of countries in Africa if you just let every, little area gain its light in the sun. But doesn't seem to happen in the United States. I don't know if any of your states want to break off yet.
Yeah,
Texas.
They've actually they've actually talked about that.
Seceding from the rest of the country.
Yeah. Some of our southern states, because, and we were just talking about this today on the golf course, that like, what would somebody who's in New York, a very populated, 20 million people, kind of all jammed together, what would they have in common, and what, how their lives are different than someone who lives in the woods in Kentucky or Alabama? It's such a different life. And it seems weird that they're all governed by the same rules that people have. I mean, Newcastle is a pretty large city, and I'm sure you have more rural areas that really are very, very different from where you live. And it seems weird that they would be able to be kind of all put together under one umbrella.
Well, yeah, but what's got to happen is that the national government's got to do something that really screws things up, that people really hate. And that's what's happened in Britain and like Spain and other places. I mean, maybe it's going to happen in the US. If people really hate the federal government and they really feel alienated from it, then that's the kind of thing that will lead to the breakup of the USA.
Well, the problem is they complain about a lot of things, but these independent states like Texas still loves our milk and honey, right? So they want all the good, but they don't want the bad, or they claim one way or another. But the fact of the matter is they could never leave the union if they wanted to. They would still want all the benefits of being part of the union.
Like federal dollars.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of benefits being part of,
there is. Anyway, United States is an incredibly successful country. I mean, you've got to be somewhere like Britain. Just imagine that. somewhere that was successful and is now a failure, before this sort of stuff starts to sort of spin out of control. So, you've really got to sort of like collapse a little bit further than you have before this stuff really starts kicking in.
Yeah, well, give us time. We're new. We're very new.
We're doing our very best with that. All right, so there are some places that are lawless. I was looking this up around the world, like Colombia, Somalia, Brazil, and Pakistan. Are there opportunities there for people to kind of break away and start kind of new parts of that, and where it would be almost impossible for those countries to stop that, and you could create a new place?
Yeah, I know that there's a lot of anarchy in the world, and I was kind of interested in this because I was an anarchist for many years, and I was interested in this idea of the minimal state and radical democracy and everything like that. However, my anarchism has got stopped in its tracks by looking at these societies like Somalia is a great one. Which have had a real collapse of the federal government. And like the town I talk about in the book, Unruly Places, Hobyo, which is like the pirate center, which is where all the pirates come out from the Somalia to wreak havoc in the shipping. And it's not a land of milk and honey. And when it turns out that when the government collapses, it's just dog eat dog, and you get the survival of the fittest, and there isn't the kind of like vision of equality and peace that I imagined when I was 18. So I'm a sort of lapsed anarchist now.
Well, and you said people were actually investing in the pirates, like they had a pirate stock market kind of thing. In the book, you mentioned that where people were investing in the different countries or cities that they were taking over or activities that they were doing. That seems so crazy.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, I mean there was a sense in which the pirates formed their own little stock exchange where you could I mean literally they did. You could invest in certain pirates in this town where they used to run out of, Hobyo in Somalia. Invest in some of them and see if you got your return or not. But it's a pretty shaky investment, the world of piracy. So I wouldn't put all your dollars in it.
Oh, I think we know some people that would clearly invest in that. I think that'd be kind of cool. Now you mentioned in your book, you mentioned the word, and I got to ask my buddy Teddy if he's ever heard of this dogging. Have you ever heard of the word dogging?
I'm gonna say I heard, but I'm not sure what that means. I really don't
Oh,
know.
I thought for sure he would know.
I did not know. Yeah,
I thought for sure.
All right, so Alastair, now you talked about geographical places for dogging, which I thought was awesome. What is dogging?
Yes, dogging is when people want to have sex with strangers in pub, not exactly in public, but in like in car parks classically. So a car park would be a classic like a dogging venue where people like pull up in their car and they'd see somebody else who's pulled up in their car and they're clearly there for the same reason. And then it's a dogging site. Why is it called dogging? I don't know. Is it? Anyway, that's what it's called.
And and there are places on the map where people have put this out there so that they know that that's where to go to do
I
this.
know. It's quite the community. It is.
Yeah.
And they have their own maps, so they know where to go. Because obviously the problem is you pull up in a car park and you are keen on dogging as the evening's activity, but there's no one else is. They just want to, sit in their car and eat their ice cream or something. It doesn't matter how many times you bang on the window. It's just not going to happen. So people have got to sort of like coordinate. In the book, I go to one of the most famous dogging environments in Britain, which is the Hog's Back Lay-by, which is this place actually features in a Jane Austen novel.
Well, I gotta read that.
Yeah. No, not in that respect. She just sort of like travels. Anyway, it was the locals are trying to dissuade the dogging fraternity and serenity from getting to use it too much, and by putting up all sorts of indications that they're being watched, and
Does that
and
discourage people who want to have sex
they
in
are
public?
discouraged, and the police are very. They seem to be very liberal around there. They seem to stop people, and then they give them condoms, and this is it. They don't actually. That's the weird thing about the police, that the hog's back lay-by. You'd think they'd be moving them on, but they just want to make sure they're having safe sex. Anyway, I have to say, it is a bit filthy around there. I mean, just poking around in the bush. I thought I should poke around in the bushes. So people use their cars, but also they'll get out and actually use the bushes, have sex plein air, out in the open. And in that,
Al
chapter,
fresco.
I thought, I'll start writing about why people want to have sex in the outdoors. And it turns out there's an ancient tradition of wanting to do this, going all the way back to classical Greece, that people have always favored this idea of sex in the open. So you can look at it like that. That's all these people are trying to do. Just rekindle a little bit of ancient Greece.
And you felt like you had to go there to check it out, correct? That
Yeah,
you said?
I didn't want to.
From a purely academic
I didn't go there
point
to
of
check
view.
it
Yeah,
out.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I didn't actually get approached because obviously I was looking like looking like
You
the sort
sound
of
you
person-
sound disappointed.
Well, it's
No.
not prostitution, because it sounds like just an area where it's just understood that so single people are going to pull up in their cars, and then and it's understood what they're there for, but they're not technically breaking the law. So it's like
No,
it's like Woodstock.
no.
It's like Woodstock.
No, because Alastair, you mentioned that there was someone who was attempting to have sex somewhere not around Hogshead, and that the police actually mentioned to them that they actually told them that they should go there because that is where that they that is the
That's
acceptable
it. It's
place.
like a designated site. I mean, the
Smart.
locals, the Hogs Back villagers, they don't want their village to be renowned as a place for open air sex.
Yep, too late.
But for the police, it's kind of like convenient. So if they see people, they said, look, just pull up your trousers and go down the lane, because the Hog's Back is where you should be. And so that's what's been happening. But it's not the only way. It's not the only place. I can't believe that you haven't heard of this, and that this isn't happening all over Chicago. Surely people are doing this in the car parks in.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
there's-
forest preserves here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did not know this, but I guess in the
Minneapolis-
forest preserves
Minneapolis
around
bathrooms.
Chicago,
Yeah, it's huge.
if you back into a car park, if the parking lot, if you back in and instead of pulling in forward, that's supposed to be a sign that you're interested in having sex with someone. Yeah, and we have a lot of forest preserves.
Or
so...
just that you're letting your dog out the back of the.
Nope, well, too late.
It's a different kind of dogging.
If you back in and then let your dog out, you're probably going to be approached for sex. So it's that's kind of a very scary type thing. In your book, towards the end, you talk about childhood places and places where people go, where kids would go to kind of do kid things like little wooded areas and you said there was a grassy area behind your house. I'm thinking there's so many like prefab suburbs and things, everything's accounted for, and there's designated play areas, and there's a designated football area, and there's a seating area that we're kind of losing out on some of those places where kids can go and just be kids away from their parents, without that prying eye. Is that kind of happening where you're at too?
Yeah, this is actually the thing that most people have connected to. Because I've talked about this book with different people around the world, and they always say, yeah, it's so striking that when I was young, I was able to play out and make my own little. I talk particularly about how children make their own little dens, their own little sort of like things in the woods where they can sort of hide and have a little house or something like that. And so many people around the world have said to me, yeah, that's what we used to do, but of course we don't let our kids out anymore. And I've had people in Russia, Australia, all over saying exactly the same thing. The world is a dangerous place. And if kids want to make their little camps or their little dens, they do it on the internet. They do it with little characters on the internet and build house building and world building and tapping away. That's where they do their geography, as it were. So I do think that's a loss because there's nothing to beat like hunkering down like I did with my brother Paul out the back in the filthy mud, pretending that we were like, knights or something, and that we're going to slay the dragon, or just pretending that we were having a cup of tea and eating a Mars bar as we normally did. Because we're out of the sight of our parents and out of the sight of the adult world. And actually, that's quite an important moment in a child's life, to be able to sort of do that and to know that you can live like that. You don't have to be always sort of like hanging on to your parents, strings all the time. So the point is that we're doing this massive experiment with children. We're sort of like taking them out of the world and placing them inside in these sort of like curated spaces, putting them in front of a screen, and then we're thinking, well, let's just see how they turn out. I don't know. I don't know how they'll turn out.
They kind of lose their creativity because my sister and I were talking about it when we were kids. We would have, we would go to the park. We'd leave at 8 o'clock.
Gigantic park.
We'd leave at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we'd come back for dinner. Right? You knew dinner was at 6 o'clock or whatever it was. Yeah. We were out of the loop of wherever we were.
You ate lunch at whoever's house. Had you over.
We would pack bologna sandwiches and a can of soda, and we would go to the park, and we had spaces where we could kind of be hidden off of there, and trees we could climb, and things where everybody it was giant trees, and there were 10 people, and everybody had their spot in the tree, and we just kind of did our thing, and we weren't bothered by anybody or anything, and we were just kind of able to do that. And as the kids are so supervised and everybody's kind of watching, it kind of takes that creativity away. And it kind of makes them, it kind of forces them to kind of conform to the world that's around them. And I always felt like we weren't part of that. We had our own place.
Yeah, it's this sort of risk-averse childhood. And as a parent, I did this exactly to my two kids. I was saying, you do not, get lost, and we didn't let them out in the park. It's only around the corner. So it's not like I practice what I preach. I say this is a great thing, but when it comes to your own kids, you just do what every other parent around you is doing. So I don't know what the answer is to this, but I do know it's a massive shift and it's a big experiment. I think it's worthwhile, realizing that kids need their space, and they need to be kind of like left alone sometimes. That's important.
Yeah, it is. It's it's tough. I know it's tough, right?
Well,
because
let them make mistakes,
right? Because we hear all the stories, right?
Yeah.
You hear all the terrible stories, but those are actually the outliers of everything, and it makes it tough to kind of just let somebody just do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah. Well, you hear about one story, a child, kidnapping, and here's the thing: it's probably happened over time, and probably even worse. But because of with the social media and the instant information, we're just more aware of that information now. In my opinion, I'm sure it's been happening. It's terrible, of course, but yeah, you can't let the fear of stranger danger or the boogeyman, prevent you from living your life. You got to be cautious, of course, but
I was terrified the boogeyman lived under my bed. I was absolutely terrified. All right, so Alastair, you are coming up. You have a new book coming out called Elsewhere: A Journey into the Age of Islands, and it is a trip around loads of artificial islands. Are there lots of artificial islands around the world?
Yeah. I'm just doing one-word answers to your questions.
Okay. Excellent. Good.
Yeah.
No. I will develop that point. There are so many artificial islands, and actually there aren't so many in North America. Although I did go to quite a cool one off the coast of Panama City, if you've been there. Like all the elite and rich people of Panama City are now living in these couple of ocean reef islands, which are super cool and super locked down. So they're really, safe from from whatever might happen in Panama City.
That's
that's
safe
one of the
from
reasons
people. Alastair, they're safe from people like us. Yeah, they're safe. They're
Yes.
definitely safe from people like us.
And even worse. So yeah, they got sensors around these islands, so you can't even swim onto them. I said to the guy who showed me around, it's like James Bond. He said, yeah, it's exactly like James Bond. We want the people here to feel 100% secure, and that's one of the reasons people want to live on these places, because the island feels safer than the mainland. And but anyway, it's like the Gulf states have so many artificial islands. Saudi Arabia is building them like topsy, but now China is building them because there's a lot of money in China, a lot of middle class people, and it's got to go somewhere, that cash, and a lot of it's going into development and holiday homes on artificial islands off the south coast. So yeah, it's weird. There were plenty of places for me to go, and I always asked, how long is this place going to last? And it was clear it wasn't going to last too many generations. But it's that lure of the sea and lure of being somewhere that's an island, that's small, that you feel that you're in control of, and that getting away from the chaos of the city, like that. So there's a big attraction to islands.
So will you be
Artificial ones.
will you be visiting the Pacific Trash Vortex to
Yeah.
see that? And I didn't realize this. Now tell me if I'm wrong. I looked this up. Is the Pacific, and this is just garbage. This is just a collection of garbage. Is it twice as big as Australia? Did I find this right?
Yeah, well, it varies in size, but yeah, that is one of the estimates. It's like this circulating motion of the ocean, like all the oceans, and it collects up all the trash and it puts it into this huge sort of like soup. It's not like an island that you can put a deck chair on. It's more like a soup of plastic and other kind of rubbish.
Terrible.
Actually, the Atlantic's got it, the South Atlantic. They've all got these great piles of crap. So that's what happens when, we just dump all our rubbish in the sea. It all gets collected up into these sort of shapes. But that one, yeah, people have claimed it tried to claim it as an independent country, and the United Nations has literally considered it
All right,
as
so is it possible that you could put something on that and like over it and actually have a workable place to live that wasn't as gross as it sounds?
Yeah, not really, but you could sort of, you if you're really creative, and you squeezed it together somewhat. I mean, at the moment, it's just what happens to it actually sometimes is it just sort of like laps against the coast, and people say it like baths. It kind of like you suddenly get this huge plastic vomit all over the coast. So when it runs into land. So it is really disgusting, and it's really huge. And yeah, the trash vortex. What a terrible thing! It's just such a shame, that we have to put up with all this. I mean, people are trying to clean it up. I mean, let's hope that they get rid of it, because it gets into everything. It gets into the water, it gets into the fish. We eat the fish, and then we're eating all the plastic.
All the plastics.
Wait, but I do want to be the king. I know you don't want to be king, but I would love to be king. And if it has to be a trash vortex,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Yeah. As long as I can be the king of something, I'm completely fine with it.
Where's Rat Island? I heard a rat island that's like infested with, like it's uninhabitable supposedly because it's infested with rats. Or am I imagining that? Unless that's not a real place either.
Alistair, have you ever been to Rat Island?
Or heard of Rat Island?
What's that?
I've never heard of Rat Island.
I could be. I mean, it was obviously it's got a regular name, but they call it Rat Island because I guess it's like just.
I do not want to be the king of Rat
overrun.
Island. So there is a limit.
I'll have
It's
to
not New
Google
York
it.
City.
I'll have to Google it.
Oh man, I don't even want to think about that. All right, and then you've got one other book coming up, and this one actually made me laugh. It was How to Be Original, a student's guide to being original. Can you teach someone to be original?
Yeah, that's right. Definitely. You can teach someone to be original. It's like anyone can be original. That's my line. I got it from Ratatouille. You know that film where he says anyone can cook?
Yeah.
So I just
So are you doing
a lot of good lines in there.
Are you doing all cartoon inspired books? Is that your thing? But how do you teach someone to be original?
Oh, well, I just say, just keep it modest. It's not like you're going to be Einstein. It's not about like recreating, or reinventing the world. Keep it modest. And anyway, the point is now that like a lot of our students, they write their essays using AI. So the one thing AI can't do is be original. So it's getting not to be a choice anymore. We've got to start asking people to be original. Otherwise, they're just going to do all their stuff by pressing a button. Um, we've got to keep ahead of that. That's why I wrote that. Got to keep ahead of AI. It's really because I work at the university, and it's really making our lives difficult.
Well, we got to make sure that the professors and teachers can appreciate originality, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, isn't that right? I mean, like if you're grading things and you're kind of falling into
You're
that
looking
trap,
for that, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't it make it easy? Doesn't it make it harder for you? I mean, kind of as you settle in, that you accept that people turn in that stuff, and you're just like, hey, man, if you're willing to do it, I'm willing to accept it. So you have to have professors and people who can see the original ideas.
Yeah, well, I mean, the AI is just creating chaos in the university sector, and in a way, it's calling out some of our laziness because if someone could just sort of like write an essay about the 18th century and it's all correct and all the facts are there, then what are you going to do? Fail them? But so the original thing had to be original. No, they got to do something. They got to do 18th century. Well, maybe they should do it in Sri Lanka. That's one of my things. Just take it somewhere else. Take it somewhere where people weren't expecting it to be. 18th century, in Somalia. That's one way of being original. Just dump your topic in a different geographical location, and before you know it, you've got a good degree.
That's you know what, because that was funny. That's one of the things I said. Like as teachers read stuff, it's just like, how can you even be original if you're writing about 16th century Europe? I mean,
Right.
It's
all been written before.
Yeah.
Right.
There's nothing new to say, right? So you kind of have to go someplace else. I like that concept. Listen, Alastair, thank you so much for being on. I appreciate it. Check out his stuff. It's great. If you go to Alastair Bonnet, is it alastairbonnet.uk? Is that the website?
Yeah.
Yeah. Check him out. I mean, he's got so much stuff. It's so much fun. Yeah, we really appreciate you being on, and good luck with the new stuff.
All right. Cheers. Right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Cheers.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Oh man, I'm telling you, man. I
What
love
a cool guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
cool.
love the concept of going. I mean, that's his job.
Yeah.
Is going to all these places.
Here's my question: is the Florida Keys considered an island? The Florida Keys, because isn't that like exclusive, or am I thinking of
No, they are.
Boca Raton? But that's part
No,
of
the Keys
Florida.
are part of they're
No,
a
but they're
series of
connected.
islands.
But it's an island.
I don't think they're an island. I think
Sanibel
it's all
Island.
connected.
Sanzibal Island.
They're-
I don't know. So
I mean, they're all
They're called the Keys for a reason.
they're all
so maybe.
connected by a road.
okay. So you
know,
could go
so
out of the. Oh, so it's
yeah,
not really technically
You
an
drive
island. Then.
like
Yeah.
we could drive straight. We would drive straight from Miami to,
Yeah.
and we'd stop at a Tesla charging station.
Oh
Of
yeah.
course, yeah.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
What?
you guys mentioned that traveling across the country in a Tesla would be a pain in the ass and suck. And Jackie,
If everybody
haven't
did it,
you?
if everybody did it, it'd be impossible.
That's not what you said. That's not what you said.
I don't remember what I
Jackie, you
said.
have
So-
traveled
Yeah.
from Chicago
Educate me.
to Miami in a Tesla.
Yeah, and back.
How
right.
horrible? Explain how.
Well, so
charging
it's
for
actually
7
it's actually
hours
a
and-
really easy process because they map out the route for you and they put
In
you
the car,
to
the car.
put you to Tesla superchargers, and most of them are about 15 to 20 minutes to charge up. So you get up, you get out, walk around, car's charged, you get back in, it takes you to the next supercharger. So it's actually fairly easy. I'm not saying I like Elon Musk or anything. It's just we happen to have a Tesla.
Well, it's not
and
about.
we've
It's,
done
it's
this.
not about a Tesla though. It's just electric car in general, right?
Well, Teslas are different because they have these superchargers.
Oh yeah, okay.
So you go to the supercharger, you pay maybe like $4, and you charge it up in 15 minutes or so. Or maybe if it's got a bigger battery, it might be longer.
What?
Oh no! Just you and Ted made it sound like it was.
It is a pain in the
nightmare
ass. If I had to
process.
stop if I had to stop, how many times do you have to stop?
I mean, it's not an ideal way to travel the country,
Right.
but we had to, during COVID, we had to bring the car
I
to
get it.
Chicago,
No,
and
no,
then
I
we
know.
had to bring it back, and
Yeah,
then we had to bring it
but it's extra time. You
back
have to
one more
map
time.
it out. I mean, it's
Oh,
definitely
for
more
sure.
steps. Yeah. So my brother-in-law rented a Tesla. We went to Wisconsin Dells, which is like 3 hours away. So the first charging station was that super charging station. And yes, it did charge the car in about 15, 20
Yeah,
minutes.
super fast.
But then we went to another charging station that said they advertised itself as a super charging station, but it was a regular. And honestly, it took like an hour and a half. It was like in a Culver's. They're always like in a supermarket parking lot or a Culver's. They're never in a gas station.
I do not
I'm just
like
saying,
Culver's.
It just took a while.
I don't.
It just took a
I
while.
don't either.
I don't like
no,
Culver's.
Tesla's a great car. It's fast. You take your foot off the brake. It's super. It's seamless.
Well,
but
if you read the reviews,
yeah.
though, there are certain charging stations where they say it's a fast charger, but everybody who goes there says it
Yeah.
takes way longer. So I guess like then you would try to avoid those. But
So I've heard this. I'm not a car aficionado, but supposedly Ford or one of the major manufacturers is coming out with a lithium ion phosphate battery in 2025 that supposedly can get up to 500 miles of charge.
That's
Wow.
a Toyota.
Versus the current maybe max 200
wow, that would be
miles of charge.
amazing.
Yeah, so
No,
Well,
there's
Toyota-
way more than 200.
not the one I drove. It was like 185, and then it was like
Well,
you
I mean,
gotta-
I think the bottom of the barrel, but I think like Rivian and I'm trying to think of the one with they just have the coolest cars of all time.
The
Their
Rivian.
body
The
shapes.
Rivian's
No, but
cool.
there's another one.
Oh.
There's a couple other ones, and,
Oh,
and
I've
they
seen-
have
I've seen it. I know
much
what you're talking
longer.
about,
350, 400, and then if
Oh,
you want to
okay.
pay, the premium, you can
Right.
get 450.
Oh, okay.
Well, and we didn't get that one because it was meant to just drive around the city.
Yeah, sure.
You
Yeah,
know.
if you stay local, if you got a charging
Yeah.
station in your garage, for example, yeah, which is ideal. Yeah, you could drive that thing forever. You know, I'm just talking about like a long.
Yeah, our buddy
road
George.
trip.
Our buddy George bought an Ionic. Is a Kia
Is it-
Hyundai
is it-
Ionic?
it's a
Oh, the
full- it's a-
Ionic.
it's a
Yeah,
EV.
the fully electric one.
Okay,
it's
it's
a
a
fully
EV, yeah.
electric one.
I
Yeah.
like those ones that are part gas and part
the hybrids.
the hybrid. That's really cool
That's
because
what I
then
got.
you
Yeah,
use
but
it.
they don't.
You don't- yeah,
they
you don't
only
charge
go
anything.
30 miles.
What?
It only goes 30 miles.
No, the
No, I
the
think like the
Prius-
new
No,
the
no,
new
yes.
ones that they're advertising a new one that
Yeah.
says like
My Kia Niro. Yeah, my Kia Niro is
Oh, okay,
gas
well,
and,
Jeep,
and
like the
electric.
Jeep, like the
And that
Jeep
thing
Grand
gets-
Cherokees and stuff.
Yeah.
The ones that are partial, you can only go.
Oh,
Like
those
30.
those suck. The Toyota Tundra ones that are hybrid. Yeah, they work hybrid for like 4 miles.
No, it's like 30 miles total, but it's
Yeah,
less,
it's absolute horseshit.
It kicks
but
in, yeah.
But
you
my
don't- you don't
my
have to
Kia
charge the-
Niro.
Yeah, you don't have to
gets-
charge the battery.
Yeah,
That's the
I
point.
mean,
Yeah,
it's
so.
on the daily drive. It gets in the summertime when the weather's nice, 45, 50 miles
Yeah.
to
Look,
the
the
gallon
Prius,
of
the
gas.
Prius, the
That's
Prius has
awesome.
been
I
around
mean, you know how
forever.
many trips? You know how many
Yeah.
trips to work that is?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
2 to 3 weeks of work back and forth.
how do you charge it?
It doesn't charge.
It doesn't
It's it's a
Self-
hybrid.
Charge
Yeah,
itself,
it does
Gotcha.
the brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I heard that you can get one of those chargers, like a level 2 charger in your garage, and you can get a rebate. It costs
Yeah.
like $3,500,
My
and there's a
neighbors
rebate
have
of like
one, yeah.
$3,500.
They
So.
install. They're installing. There's a couple companies in Chicago that install them all over. Yeah.
Yeah, I think my buddy actually turned his 120 into 240.
Yeah, that's what they do. They just
he did
revert-
it
yeah.
himself. Yeah, because I mean he worked for George. He worked for the CTA
Yeah, he's-
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he did,
Yeah.
he did all the electrical stuff. He was able to do it all by himself.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I've got some bad news.
Uh-oh.
More.
Yeah,
First,
besides
first
giant
you
trash
lose at-
islands.
First you lose at golf. Now this.
Oh, it's a sad day.
Technically tied.
He didn't
for the most
tie.
part.
No, I
For
tied
the
Teddy.
most part.
I had a bad day. I tied Teddy and I lost to Mark.
Well, that is a bad day.
Yeah, yeah. That's you know what I call that? Near suicide. day.
Yeah, you didn't beat anybody.
Yeah. Tennessee wants to pass a bill that allows you only to buy warm beer in stores.
Why?
I heard of that.
What's
Yeah.
the point?
It's to stop drinking and driving because they believe that a hardcore drunk will buy warm beer and not drink it till they get it home and get it cold.
You ever heard of ice cubes?
Yeah.
Or a frosted mug?
Or they'll just plan ahead and like.
You know
Red
what
Solo cup.
you know what that
Wow.
you know what that
On
bill,
a
you know what
red
that bill reminds me of?
Solo
How about a
cup.
bill if we put your wallet in your shoe at the beach, nobody will ever find it because it's in your shoe.
Nobody will ever look there.
Nobody will ever look there.
Right.
That's what that bill is. If we it's
So
a
you-
warm beer,
oh, you heard about-
you'll never drink it.
So this is funny. The guy, I just read this story, and because he told people not to do this. A guy buried his wallet and his phone. He put it in a bag, and he buried it in the sand.
Okay.
Okay,
While he was at the beach.
while he was at the beach.
Okay.
With the intention
Okay.
of just
Well, of hiding it.
Yeah.
Of hiding it
But
underneath.
coming back for it, yeah.
underneath all the stuff.
The blankets and
Okay.
stuff.
yeah.
So him and another guy walked away,
Yeah.
and their girlfriends, as the sun changed, got up.
They rotated.
Yeah.
Well, they literally got up and moved
Yeah.
away, and you ready? They walked away, and the girls were 50, 80 feet away, wherever they were.
Yeah.
They came back, and they didn't dig up their stuff. And it was there, and they spent hours trying to dig up stuff. And they were like,
They didn't bring a
like,
metal detector.
So they didn't tell the girlfriends?
I have no idea what they
They
did.
didn't put a little stake
but
in the ground?
they were
Oh,
losing.
God.
They lost their minds digging stuff. They were pushing people laying down. They were
Oh,
pushing them
God.
out of the
Because
way.
they thought they were on their spots.
Yeah, because they thought they were on their old spot,
Yeah.
trying to
Yes.
find their phones and their wallets.
So that was but it backfired spectacularly. So
Yeah.
they obviously
Yeah.
they didn't think it through.
They did
Like
not.
they didn't tell the girlfriends, hey, you know what? Whatever you do, don't move these blankets because it's the only landmark we have.
If your girlfriends were
know-
staying back, why do you need to?
Yeah.
Bury-
Well, wouldn't you
okay.
tell them? Like you just say,
Yeah.
don't move the blanket because if you do, then we'll never find our stuff. So wouldn't that be the first thing you telling whether it's your girlfriend or whoever's like staying behind?
Yeah, you're stupid, Matt. I feel like
Doesn't make any
I
sense.
feel
So
like
this
Ted's
happened to
accusing
Matt.
you.
Yeah.
No, but I will tell you, the last time we were in Miami, I got up, I walked, I thought I made it all the way back. Dude, I flipped out, man. I was like, where is everybody? They were another 100 feet.
Oh, you thought you were back.
200 feet. I was back. I was like, oh, man. What the hell? Dude, I'm telling you, for 15 minutes, I was panicking.
I got lost in Hawaii on the beach when we got there, and there was like nobody there, and we went for a long walk, went snorkeling, hanging out, came back. I had no idea where anybody was.
Everything looks the
The
same.
beach was completely full of people.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. I thought I knew where they were, and it turned out that they were exactly like within feet of where I was looking, but I just couldn't fucking see my family in that small little section. Finally, and then I didn't have my phone with me. 'Cause I
Freaked
was,
out.
Again, you didn't.
no,
Again.
I actually just, I just,
Man, you always lose your phone.
no, I don't.
Mark, I'm gonna text you something really important. Oh, never mind.
I didn't lose it. I left it with them.
I got lost on the golf course the one time. I walked down the wrong hole and I just wandered off and disappeared and I didn't know
I
where
will-
anybody was.
That
I'm
was
like,
today, Ted.
"What?" Oh,
No, I will tell you that
9 holes.
That is one of the funniest things that has ever happened. So we're playing this golf course that we play all the time, and there's 2 holes that run side by side, and it's me and Jack, and I don't even remember who the third guy was. It might have been Pete, and all of a sudden Ted is gone. And I'm telling you, we finish up the hole, and we're walking off, and Ted is completely gone. He's playing a completely different hole. Yeah. And-
With 3 different guys.
yeah.
Putting with 3 different guys.
Yeah, and so I am.
So
I'm
you
just
guys
like,
are walking the course.
Yeah, we're walking
Yeah,
the
so you
course,
have your
right?
bag and you're just.
right, and we're having a couple of pops. It's a Saturday afternoon, and I'm like, did Ted leave? And Jack's like, yeah, I think so. I don't know. He's gone. I don't know where he is. All of a sudden, we just see him on like the second hole. We're on like hole 12. He's on like hole 2. And Jackson goes, I remember this. Jackson goes like this. He goes, is that Ted? Yeah. It was the funniest thing, and I was actually nervous for a while. I'm like, why would Ted just leave? And I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, he didn't text me, and I immediately think something bad has happened. No, it's just Ted has no fucking idea. But it's the 12th hole, and
The definition of Ted.
yeah.
I took a
Tedism.
I took a DNF on that hole, by the way.
Wait, you lost. Hold on, we got to go back. Hold on a second. We need to change this up. Okay, so Teddy lost that one. That was what, 4 years ago?
Yeah, now I'm one in 99 instead of 1 in 98. Okay, yeah, congratulations.
All right, so I'm going to freak you guys out with one last thing. Scientists have come up with a new way to feed people. All right,
Okay.
because obviously
What
there's
do you mean, manufacturing food or?
yeah. So there's
Oh,
billions.
I was like, there's either like eating it through
yeah.
your mouth
Oh,
or like a feeding
like they're
tube.
gonna
That's
feed,
what I
like
was
they're gonna
thinking.
physically
Yeah.
feed you with a different type of utensil
Yes,
that I'd ever
okay.
heard of.
Well,
Okay.
was that
So
South
thank you
Park
for
where people
clarifying
were sticking food up their ass and shitting out their mouths? That's a great South
Spork.
Park. Oh my God, that's awesome. No, they have come up with a new way because literally there's almost like 8 billion people on the planet, and there's a lot of people that don't have enough to eat.
Yeah.
Scientists have come up with this. They're growing cow fat and muscle, and this is insane, inside grains of rice.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, grains of rice are so tiny.
right.
How would they do that?
It is amazing. It is absolutely
And then you cook it.
unbelievable.
What do you
And
do?
then
What do you do with
expands?
it? Like,
Yeah.
what happens?
Expands?
And it fills you up like
Yeah.
faster. So
and it's
you-
barely it's a little it's kind of like double the size of a grain of rice. So
Okay.
just whatever white rice
Yeah.
is, okay, and it's weird. It's kind of a weird pink color, okay. It's sticky and it's kind of like pink rice. And right now it's a little expensive to make, but they can actually make this incredibly nutritious thing growing it in a lab.
You said
Yeah.
cow fat and what?
Muscle.
Cow
Muscle.
fat and muscle.
Inside of a grain of rice. So yeah,
Inside a grain of rice.
So it still looks like a grain of rice. So when you eat it, instead of eating like a full
It's
bowl,
actually-
maybe like a half bowl, and it expands in
Doesn't
your
it even
stomach.
get
and
protein?
and it fills you up.
Well, it's already expanded. It kind of looks like double the size of a grain of rice.
Right.
But it's pink.
Interesting.
It's a weird color.
Where is this happening?
So, oh man, I don't remember what country it is. It might have been somewhere in India where they're, trying to figure out
Yeah.
how to feed all these
How the
people,
people
right?
that- yeah.
And how to get them actually nutritious food,
Yeah.
right? Because or Tonga, it might be in Tonga, like
Yeah.
like Alistair said.
Tin-
Don't
right?
eat out of a tin.
Yeah,
Tins
yeah.
in the dark. Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
depressing. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, think about how nasty that food
Well,
would be.
my question was like, why? But now I understand it. Yeah,
Well, like,
there's-
have you ever
there's
done
people
Feed My Starving
Yeah.
Children?
Yeah.
Where
Yep.
you pack all that stuff
Yeah.
together and all they have to do is hydrate it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember watching. Oh God, who's that guy that eats everything? He can't.
Bear Grylls.
It's not that guy. It's one of the guys on one of the channels. Oh, Andrew Zimmern.
Okay.
He eats everything. I've seen him eat cheese with maggots on it. Like he eats everything. You ready for this? Except eggs. The guy eats everything, and he was.
It's like Guy Fieri. He won't eat eggs either.
He won't eat eggs, but he eats. I mean, but so he's.
I couldn't live without eggs.
I mean, he-
Interesting.
No. So he's in a country, right? And these people are eating fish, and they can't eat the fish where they live. They're living on the water, like in these little huts. Very messed up, right?
why can't they eat it?
It's the water is polluted.
Oh, okay.
Oil, there's everything is in that water.
Yeah.
Every possible
Okay,
like
so the
thing.
fish are-
it's in a tough place, and so they drive. They get in boats. They drive like 40 miles away to get fish, okay, so they can eat
Yeah.
because they're on a river, and then they come back and they wash the fish in that polluted
In
Oh
the
my God.
water that's polluted,
Right.
right?
So Andrew Zimmern is there, right? And this guy eats everything. I mean, literally, it's disgusting. And so he's with his camera people, and these people don't speak the language he speaks. He's got a translator. And I remember he looks in the camera and he goes, first of all, these people invited me to this house. I have to eat this food. And it's a hole in their ground where they
Oh,
wash it.
no.
He goes, I got to eat this. He goes, so number one, I can't be rude. Number two, he goes, when we go back to our hotel tomorrow, he goes, I'm literally probably going to be sick for hours. He goes, but I can't say no. He goes, but that's what they have to eat.
He is going to be sick. They're
Yeah.
used to it, right?
Right.
And he's
Well, yeah,
Oh,
because
Yeah,
hepatitis A.
I mean,
whatever's
it's
in
just,
there,
I mean,
so-
I don't know, whatever is in.
I
I
think
mean,
you're right, though, Mark. They're more used to the bacteria
sure.
that they're
Right.
around.
They
Well,
actually-
that's why you take malaria pills, and that's why you get hepatitis shot before you go overseas, because that's
Right.
stuff that doesn't exist
they
here.
Right,
actually,
so-
they actually use their appendix.
as opposed to
I'm sure they do.
Right.
But yeah, so these people are eating this, right? They're going hours out of the way to get this food that's decent.
Defeats
Right.
the whole
And then
purpose,
they're-
though.
It does defeat the whole purpose, but I mean,
So did he enjoy the meal at the time?
no, he said it was absolutely horrible.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
That's really sad, actually, that
Yeah.
people live like that.
Right. So that's why these people are doing this, right? And the funny thing is, they can change the flavor of this rice, and they can do different things to it to actually make it taste like different, so people can eat. But I thought, man, that's a really cool thing for, kind of a weird situation,
Third world countries and places where they need food. Yeah.
Yeah.
right? I mean, hey, man, even in America,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that don't eat, right? There's a lot of people that don't eat well. So yeah, and then I thought, then I had a terrible thought. I immediately thought Soylent Green is people.
What?
Soylent Green.
What?
Are you not familiar with this movie?
No.
No,
I was like,
never heard of it.
Is he
Soylent-
saying words?
Soylent Green?
You've never seen the movie Soylent Green.
Soylent Green.
Green.
Soylent Green?
Soylent.
Soylent.
Soylent Green.
No.
My cousin
this
Vinny.
is Matt
Soylent Green.
movies.
No,
Matt's
never heard of
movie
it.
mentions.
Let's hear it.
Oh, are you doing a movie mention?
No.
Not
No,
anymore.
not today. So who was
Okay.
it?
Soylent Green.
Charlton Heston. So remember Omega Man? He did. Oh man, you guys suck. So okay, so it's a '60s.
This is a guy that doesn't watch movies.
No, it's a '60s movie. Okay, it's a '60s movie.
Soylent Green.
It's called Soylent Green.
You looking it up?
Yep.
So this guy is there, and they're feeding people with these bricks of nutrients, right?
Like the Jetsons.
It's from 73.
Yeah, 1973. Okay, so they're feeding people with this stuff, right? And they're going through, and Charlton Heston is just like, hey man, where do you get this stuff? And all these people are very hush about where they get the food from. It's like, oh, it's made from this and that. And people are like, oh, plants, and it goes through the whole movie. The entire movie is him trying to figure out where all this food is coming
I think
from.
I have heard of that movie now.
Yeah. And then at the end, he like screams it out because I mean Charlton Heston's movies are just fucking awesome.
Well, he's guy's awesome.
It's his last movie.
Oh, is that his last movie?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't want to wreck this. Oh, I
You
already
have to
wrecked
wreck it.
I already wrecked it. So he does.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Edward G. Robinson. That was his final
Yeah.
film.
So his thing is he figures it out, and he's like in this mall where people are just getting all this food and they're just eating it every day. They're just like, hey, we're happy. Everybody's got food. Kind of like it would be like turning India and Pakistan around and everything. And he just screams out, and because he realizes what it is, they're making Soylent Green from dead people, and he just screams out, "Soylent Green is people."
Oh,
I figured. I thought it was. I figured it was cannibalism.
It
yeah.
is-
So yeah.
Well, it's not cannibalism, but they're just
They're dead,
taking
yeah.
all the dead bodies and they're making food out of
Wow.
it. And he screams.
You know what year that's supposed to take place?
Like in the future, like 2025.
2022.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
It's the past.
wow.
Yeah.
Ooh,
But it's such
that's an interesting thing to watch, especially
it-
considering we're like right at that time.
It says accumulative effects of overpopulation, global warming, and pollution.
Wow. That's
Yeah. And he just
very prophetic.
So that was the highlight.
Yeah,
Obviously, that's
he
the,
looks up into the camera, up into
Yeah.
the sky.
and only Charlton Heston can pull this off, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
When
man.
did you watch this? Did we watch this at home?
1975.
I mean, I was always watching science fiction stuff, that and Omega Man, and
Yeah.
all those
I
things.
mean, you're also 3 years older than me, so I guess.
Yeah, and larger with a smaller room.
I mean, for a tiny part of your life, you had a smaller room.
But it's a large life. I've lived a large life.
In a
Yeah.
small space.
But it's I mean I know I fucked it up and ruined it for everybody, but I will tell you right now, and that's the funny thing because when I just thought about it,
Wow.
that I thought it was either coming up or had just happened.
Well, I was
Like the
thinking like
future.
soy and lentils. Soylent.
Why? Yeah, but why would there be a movie about making
Yeah,
stuff
right.
about soybeans?
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's people.
That's where my mind went. But
Soylent
people.
Green
Soylent.
is people, and it's just such a it's the greatest ending to
And
a
then
movie.
and
now
then
that
do
you
they
know.
show the people's reactions, or that's just the end of it?
I believe, if I remember it right, it's just the end of the movie.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just the end of the movie. But that was back in the day when people died at the end of movies, and they were okay with it.
So I'm trying to read what the movie poster said. It says it's year 2022. People are still the sum. They'll do anything to get what they want, and they need Soylent Green.
Oh God.
It pretty much describes now, doesn't it? I mean, how does that not describe now?
I mean, we're not eating people.
You don't know that.
I mean, we're not.
You're not.
I don't.
I mean, yes, we're not.
As far as you know, you're not eating
Right.
people.
I did have McDonald's after golf.
I would rather eat people. I would honestly. I would.
Dude,
Well,
I
what's
had-
your order at McDonald's?
Chicken
Today,
nuggets.
today I got their classic crispy chicken sandwich. The one that's just like a Chick-fil-A. It's identical to a Chick-fil-A.
Oh, it is not. Chick-fil-A is so much better.
I don't know. It's not that
I will
much
not eat
better.
Chick-fil-A.
Why?
I don't like their politics.
Yeah, I agree
What about
with that.
Cane's? Cane's has some good.
I've never been
dipping
to
sauce.
Cane's.
It's okay. They got the good chicken
Yeah,
fingers.
I've never been there. I heard you talking about it before.
Yeah.
That's all they have is chicken fingers.
Yeah, that's the whole thing is chicken
They have
fingers.
nothing
isn't it?
but
even,
chicken
even their
fingers.
chicken sandwich is
It's
three
chicken
three
fingers.
chicken
Yeah, I
fingers. It's
know.
not a patty.
Yeah.
It's pretty
I
funny.
remember you talking about that.
It's
Wait,
only
it's
chicken
just strips of chicken?
Yes.
So they don't put it all together for.
No.
It's just there's no patty.
they
It's
put
just-
it on a bun.
Everything's a strip. Everything's a chicken strip or chicken.
So if
finger.
you order
Damn,
their
that
chicken
is fucking
sandwich,
genius.
You make one thing
man.
and then you do all bunch of stuff with it.
It's
Yeah.
genius.
You can make it into
Like
a
the-
salad.
I was going to say that the chicken stack.
The guy who founded it. The guy who founded it is living large. The guy who founded Cane's Chicken.
They sell
He's
French
doing it.
fries, Texas toast, and chicken fingers.
Yeah.
Texas. It's just thick toast.
Yes.
It's thick bread.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
garlic bread. It's like thick garlic
So
bread.
is the sandwich on
and
Texas
coleslaw.
toast?
No.
No,
No.
it's not like on a
What?
bun. It's
And
on a bun.
coleslaw.
Yeah.
Why
I
wouldn't
like
it be on?
coleslaw.
Why would you even bother with a bun?
Right.
No, like if you get there's different things you can order. You can order just the chicken tenders. You can get a plate, a platter, something like that.
Yeah.
And
There's
if
one
you get the meal, it comes with a big piece of toast, garlic bread, fries, coleslaw, and like 5 chicken
Yeah.
fingers.
It's in that right across the street from Los Fuentes in that complex where the Amazon Fresh is. There's a Cane's there. So
Don't.
Yeah. I've never been
don't,
there.
Don't go to
Yeah.
fast food.
Yeah.
I literally will not.
I'm not going there. I'm just mentioning it.
What's
because
cool
I've
about
been there
these
once.
places is like the one in Harwood Heights. They let the kids hang out there. It's open till like 1 a.m.
So there's riffraff.
I mean, the kids hang out there like it's Arnold's from Happy Days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of a safe space.
It is.
You know,
They,
so instead
they
of like
come and go, and
yeah, so instead of
they
kicking 'em
encourage
out,
it. They're like they're cool. with
Well, it makes
They're
sense because I mean,
ordering.
you get them off the street. You know, they're there, and actually, it makes other people want to probably.
They
order
don't
their-
care about getting them off the street. They care about their money.
Yeah, that seems so.
But I've like called my son one time. It was like 12:30. I'm like, where are you? He's like, we're at Raising Cane's. I'm like, Raising Cane's? It's 12:30 at night. And he's like, no, we're all hanging out here. We were here earlier. We came back. I'm like, all right. And I talked to the manager. She's like, yeah. You know, they did a fundraiser I did a fundraiser with them. And I asked her, let me ask you, let the kids just hang out? She's like, yeah, it's like a hangout. She's like, it's fine. There's no trouble. They come and go. They eat. More friends come. They eat. You know, they share.
I tried doing that at Cooper's Hawk. It didn't work.
No. It's a wine bar. Type.
I just had one glass of wine, but I stayed there for 9 hours. I'm like, do you want to? No,
Are you
no,
gonna
I'm
finish
good.
that?
I'm just,
You gonna finish that?
No, I
Can I just
actually
have
call.
a taste of this next one?
Yeah, I actually
Can I
called
get a
Cooper's
free
Hawk
flight?
to find
Right.
Ted.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, where is he? He's in the parking lot. We had to get rid of him. Yeah. Yeah, you don't get it. There's no such
No
thing as an
hanging out
endless
here.
bottle of
what is your
wine.
cheapest Cabernet? Yes, I'll just have half a glass of that.
I have never seen you drink wine in your life.
They have good wine.
I've had
there.
wine. It's all
Yeah,
right.
they
I've never
do.
seen you drink wine in my entire life.
Well, I'm not going to like order a bottle specifically just to drink it in front of you, but I have drank wine before.
But I mean,
Yeah.
we have friends when we go out. I've never seen you order a glass of. Can I get a glass of red?
we know a
Crown
guy in our
Royal?
group who orders wine. I'm not going to mention his name, but we know who orders wine all
Yeah,
the time.
Callahan all the time.
Is,
we're
it,
gonna
is it
mention his
bad
name.
to say his name?
No, it's not
No.
bad. Yeah, but I'm just saying he's a wine.
He's a wine.
He's a wine guy.
because he's a filthy wine drinker.
Yeah.
Ew.
Finn's a wine guy too, big time. Just white wine though.
That's racist. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Maybe he just had fish.
No, he prefers white wine, but I did get him a bottle of those white red mixes.
Yeah,
Not-
the,
not-
the blends.
No, it's
the
not a
blends,
rosé.
The blends,
No,
whatever
it's like
they
I
are.
forgot what they call them. There's some-
Chablis.
No, it's
No, I'm
something.
just
I
kidding.
don't
a
know.
type
blush?
of wine, but
Yeah.
it's a no. It's
They
more
actually put like a white and a red wine together.
grapes. Yeah, they
Yeah.
mix the grapes. Yeah.
You know what? We used to do that when we were
It's
in high
still
school.
red,
We
though.
just drink
It's
right
not
out of the
white.
bottle. One red, like Mad Dog,
Boone's
Ugh.
Farm.
I was
Mad
just gonna
Dog,
say,
Mad Dog Clear.
Where can,
Boone's
where
Farm.
can we find Boone's Farm and Mad Dog 2020?
You
I haven't
can.
seen it in
You can
years.
go to a liquor
Teddy?
store.
Yeah.
We
Any-
got it for our friends when they
What?
they were
They
we
have
got
it
it for
at-
Eric when Eric was moving. He was leaving to move to
North Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah, we got like I think we got the grape,
Grape.
There's
Mad
orange.
What
Dog.
about the
there's orange,
apple?
There's orange.
peach, or
Ooh.
maybe it's orange.
Yeah, orange. Yep.
And there's another one though. We got three
I don't
different.
remember, yeah.
Yeah,
There's the green apple, right? Isn't there?
I don't.
Are we talking about Mad Dog?
I'm thinking. Of
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Boone's
Man,
Farm.
Yeah, relived our.
how can you? How can?
I didn't have any of it,
Night Train.
Bartles
can't.
and James.
God damn. Yeah, we used to drink
but
that.
I think we brought three different bottles of that. We found it at whatever Binny's or.
Yeah.
Benny's has it.
You know,
I know.
the
they do
great
that.
thing
Yeah.
about wine is whether you have a $20 bottle or a $200 bottle, unless you're a real aficionado, they're kind of the same. In fact, I think Consumer Reports did
I
a
love when they-
wine. They did a
yeah.
wine thing years ago, and the best wine was like a $20 wine. I don't
Yep.
say it was the wine in Target, but it was like a Target wine or like a retail wine that was in a not
Yeah.
a box, not the box wine.
Yeah,
but it
and all the
was-
wine snobs would be like, "Oh, this is definitely the one that's like $500 a glass."
exactly.
Yeah, do you ever watch Adam Ruins Everything?
I love
Yeah.
that show.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things. But he does a wine one, and they kind of dispel the entire myth.
Yeah, with
that-
the cork and the screw off in the box, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
it has
Doesn't
no
matter.
value
It's all, it's all
whatsoever.
marketing, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For
Oh
sure.
man. See,
It's
that's
changing though. People are realizing that. I think people are coming around. A lot of experts are encouraging that truth about wine.
yeah. I think
Doesn't
smart
matter if it has a
people,
cork or
yeah.
if you could screw it off or put it back
Well,
on.
like a lot of them have like the screw tops that have just like that little insert of cork.
Little cork, yeah, I like
Yeah.
those, yeah.
And
I
so
like
it's
that better.
saving
I
because
haven't seen
they're
those.
running out of. Yeah, it's so just the top of the screw. You know,
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
pop
it just
off.
has
yeah,
a
it's
little
like
cork
it's like
there
half
to
a cork.
keep it fresh.
Just half a cork.
I
so
just
it seals
saw
up the top,
I just
yeah.
saw a show about cork. It all comes from Portugal.
Oh.
Like pretty much 90% of all the cork we use, and it's sustainable, so it comes off the bark, and they still extract it the same way they did like 500 years ago with like axes. They chop the bark off,
Interesting.
and then they harvest it, and they move on, and they do this whole round like a circle, and it eventually grows back over a couple of years. Each tree regrows its bark again.
Wait, I
And
thought
these trees are hundreds of years old.
What about Cork, Ireland? I thought they had the cork.
No, I mean,
It's amazing. It's
Jackie
very
knows our
fascinating.
grandmother was a cork soaker. The
I
best
did-
cork
yeah, that's
soaker
good.
of all time.
I didn't know that. I didn't know. I did not know that about cork. And
I had no idea where cork came
and they
from.
have it's from a tree. It's a bark from a tree. And
You could be lying right now, just so
and
you
they're
know.
not
And
gonna-
I'm buying it.
and they're never and they supply so much of the world's cork, that they don't care. Like if there's a shortage, they're never going to change the way that they harvest it. It's not a supply and demand thing. It's more of a sustainable thing that they've been doing for hundreds of years.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Thank you, Ted.
Damn.
That was very informative. I didn't know that.
Wow.
Makes me want to get some wine now for sure.
Yeah.
I'm ready for some wine.
I'm in the mood.
I'm in the
Let's
mood
open a
for
bottle.
love. Sorry, I'm doing my Steve Martin. All right, let's finish this thing up. Teddy, you get to go first. Last thoughts?
I'm glad to know that Sandy Island wasn't a real place because I was actually planning my retirement there. So, so I'm just gonna have to go to Atlantis.
He bought land.
Yeah, timeshare.
I bought a timeshare in
A
Atlantis.
timeshare.
Yeah, I wish you would have read the book, Teddy. It was absolutely, there was like 1,000 things. I have notes everywhere.
It's just random stuff that Ted would love.
Yeah, that's the
I
concept.
got your emails.
Yeah, but you would
No,
no,
but
the actual book. You
if you
you
had-
would absolutely
Oh,
love it.
I'll check it out.
I really enjoyed listening to the book.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I listened also. Yeah, I can't stop listening to books.
Who did the voice?
A guy who sounds
Sounds
wildly
exactly like him.
But it's
Wildly
not him,
like
for
Alastair.
sure. It's not him.
No,
Okay.
it was a different guy. Yeah, it was a different guy. Read by
That was
yeah,
surprising.
Yeah, written by Alastair Bonnet, and then
Read by Paul Bonnet,
yeah,
his brother.
His,
could have been
his twin brother.
Bonnie Bonnet. I don't. Yeah, I have no idea. All right, Mark. Last thoughts.
Yeah, no, it was nice having somebody from the UK. I thought it was topical because we were talking about what were we talking about just before he came on? The Ted's Tips. The guy from he was from the
Oh,
UK.
he was.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Coincidence.
Erie.
Yeah.
Reggie?
Reggie and
Reggie,
Carl.
yeah.
Reginald and Carl.
Reggie and Hot Carl.
Derby.
Hot Carl.
Yeah.
Hot stinky Carl.
Yeah, Hot Carl.
Oh man, you know what? Maybe that's it. I mean, isn't a hot Carl a shit?
Yeah, it's a sex act.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I thought it was something else. I don't. Ted, do
Let's
not
move on.
tell everyone what it's about. All right,
Don't tell
Jackie.
anybody what a Hot Carl is.
Yeah,
Ted.
Jackie. Last thoughts.
I actually really enjoyed listening to the book. I thought it was filled with so much information that I had no idea. I feel like I need to expand my horizons a little bit and learn more about the rest of the world.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed in myself in that way. So yeah, I thought I really enjoyed listening to it and loved hearing him talk.
Yeah.
Unruly Places.
Unruly places. Yeah, and it's really cool. He
You
actually.
can get it for 1 credit on Audible if you have Audible.
Oh, I got it in my library.
Mm.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was on there. But I thought it was kind of cool. He talks about an island where these islanders live, and anytime you go there, they literally kill you. They don't want any visitors. So
That's Staten Island.
but every time they go there, anytime you go there, they literally kill you. And it took years, decades, for people to bring like gifts for them.
Figured it out.
Yeah, to not just keep bringing gifts and keep bringing gifts, but people bring gifts and they shoot arrows at them.
Oh, you said, whoa, I'll be right back. I got another one for you.
Or like
That's
all
how
these
you get
places
out.
where women aren't allowed to be.
Oh yeah,
Like
Athos.
Monk Island or
yeah,
whatever.
Mount Athos.
Yeah.
Mount Athos in Greece is its own place. Okay, it's in Greece. It's a monastery. No women allowed. And here's the funniest part: they didn't allow female animals, or if they had female plants, not female plants.
Until they were allowed to have female cats.
Female
Well, that's good if they're
cats.
growing weed, no female plants. So
Yeah, I have no. It was just the weirdest.
does he talk about that
craziest
island that's part of the Hawaiian Islands that no one's allowed on? The indigenous
know what it's
people are
called?
still there. It's off of. You can see it off of
I don't remember anything about Hawaii.
I don't think
Kauai.
so.
No, it's off of Kauai. You can see it. There's a it's Kauai. I
He
believe.
did talk a lot about places like that, but I don't
You're
remember
not
that
allowed.
one
No one's
specifically.
no one is allowed there. I mean, they still have like
Yeah.
a king.
Talks
and
about like Muslim places where
Oh yeah,
if
Mecca.
you're-
I did not realize.
Yeah,
if
if
you're not a believer, if you're not a Muslim, you are not allowed in Mecca. Magib, and I think that's in Israel. Yeah.
yeah, there is a lot of information. It's hard to remember all the names and everything
I mean,
for sure.
he is so good at it. But yeah, there's a lot of places where you can't go unless you're part of there's
I
Hindu
believe it, yeah.
places with the Hindu religion
more
where you're
sacred,
not allowed to
more
go.
sacred religious
Yeah.
purposes.
So it's
yeah.
like going to Augusta National. Nobody's allowed to play there. Okay, got it.
Exactly.
Same thing.
You know
Okay,
what?
just wanted to
Yes,
say
it's-
so. Yeah.
yeah, it's
I
not
love
a-
how Ted equates
not a bad
it to golf.
analogy.
Yeah, but yeah, you're just not allowed. Yeah, it was really weird. Okay, so let's do some stuff. Next couple of weeks, no guests as of right now. I am working on some stuff. Okay, and then March is filled with people. Are you ready for this? We are going to have on the guy who runs the World Poetry Slam. He is going to be on, and we're going to talk poetry. So that should be awesome. The week after that, we are talking hot peppers.
Yes.
With a guy who,
Vic.
are you ready for this? With Vic. He is going to be within a few months.
He's your buddy, Mark, right?
No.
No,
No. This guy is
thought you had a
he's
guy
in
that
North
you were talking
Carolina,
about.
I believe.
Okay.
Within a few months, he's going to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. He has the largest collection of hot sauces on the planet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, he's gonna send us some stuff,
that's pretty cool.
and we're gonna taste
Yeah.
as we are talking to him. But you wouldn't believe his collection is absolutely.
Does he have a
insane.
website? I mean, he sells it
Oh, yeah.
commercially.
Oh, yeah.
You can look at it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll fill you guys in. But yeah, they sell stuff.
He works for a company.
Yeah.
This is his personal collection.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but this is personal.
They hired
collection.
him because of that.
Gotcha.
He works for like the biggest distributor.
Yeah, that's how he got the gig.
Yeah.
I think he has over 11,000 different hot sauces.
might even
Well,
be
he's
more.
definitely qualified
Yeah,
for the
it's-
job. So-
Yeah, he has been on every major
Yeah.
network, every major everything. It's pretty
Wow.
insane.
Yeah, I can't
That
wait.
seems like a great guess.
Oh man, it's gonna be
And
awesome.
he could get me peppers too. That's what they do.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah.
supply. They
The week after that, we got a guy who wrote a book, and this is a great book, Surrounded by Idiots.
Oh.
Yeah, and he also
Perfect.
did Surrounded by Narcissists, and I can't remember what the other one is, but basically he is able, and he's going to give you the ability to figure out people and kind of how to deal with them, and kind of how to work your way around all this stuff. It's really cool, man. Yeah, these guys are really cool, and he's got a publicist.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice to go through a publicist that doesn't immediately dismiss you. Like, who's the physicist?
Oh, Tyson DeGrasse.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will never. He doesn't have the time. He will never be on your show ever.
Wow.
Not
so,
happening.
definitive.
And
so
so Mark,
definitive.
so Mark asked me to ask him. Did you actually ask him?
Yeah.
And he's like, I would not spend my time doing that. So yeah, I did. And he literally is like, I'm like, so you chose that Neil deGrasse Tyson wouldn't want to be on our show. You chose it.
Yeah, it's
Well,
his,
that's
his-
And he didn't even
clearly
hesitate.
his
He's like,
job,
yes.
right? Yeah.
I guess to weed through the things that he'll say no to.
Right.
He thinks, yeah. One of these days he's going to get fired because he'll be like, wait a minute, you turned down
The
what?
real-
You
yeah.
did what? What?
Yeah. Those guys had on the hot pepper guy, the poetry guy. Yeah. And they talked to the Unruly Places guy. Yeah, you suck. All right, so listen, enjoy. I know this was a long one. Hopefully you listened in several different minutes. Yeah, several different trips to work, several different trips to places. And listen, have fun, enjoy, and we will see you guys next week.